Please note, race 1 will feature Win Play Show. Chris Hirschberger on the 3, Vintage Queen. 3 Vintage Queen. The driver is Chris Hirschberger. Second race features Win Play Show. Exacta Quadilla Trifecta Wagering in race 2. Put Jacob on the 3, Midwind Seashell. Number 5, Lily Grace Hill. Jacob Baird drives 3, scratch the 5 in race 2. Third race. Elliot Deaton drives 4, Count on Kenna. Drew Neal drives 5, Dixie Road. And please note, number 7, Personal Dream will race with hobbles. Elliot Deaton on 4, Drew Neal on 5, hobbles on the 7 in race 3. Fourth race. In the fourth race, put Elliot Deaton on 2, long way to the top. Fifth race features Win Place. Exacta Quadilla Wagering. It is the Spring Given Farm. Flip over to race 6, sixth race tonight. Scratch number 1, Big Bad Beach Bunny. In the 6th race, put Jacob Baird on 6, Song of a Dragon. Please note, we'll have Exacta Quadilla Trifecta Wagering in race 6. 7th race. Put Joseph Yoder on 3, Miss Enterprise. Jacob Baird will drive the 8, Sister Wives, and Sister Wives will race without hobbles. Joseph Yoder on 3, Jacob Baird on 8, no hobbles on the 8. Exacta Quadilla Trifecta Wagering in race 7. Race 8 features Win Place Exacta Quadilla Wagering in race number 8. Scratch number 3, Betty Rocks. Is that right, Pam? Mutuals gave that to me. I just want to make Legend in Crest. Scratch 3, scratch 6 from race 8. In the 8th race, put Drew Neal on 5, Brown Betty. Race 9. Put Drew Neal on the 2, Dancing Nova. Dancing Nova, driver Drew Neal. There will be Exacta Quadilla Trifecta Wagering available. 10th race. 10th race this evening, scratch number 6, Pretty Girl Dragon. Exacta Quadilla Trifecta Wagering in race 10. And the 11th and final, put Elliot Deaton on the 1, Vroom and Vani. There'll be Exacta Quadilla Trifecta Wagering in the 11th race.
The Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association presents Ohio County Fair Racing. Ohio County Fair Racing is presented by the Ohio Veterinary Medical Center, Big D Tack and Vet Supply, Dublin Valley Farms, Stable.ca, and Midland Acres. Now let's go trackside for all the action.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome to Ohio County Fair Racing. Tonight, we are in Crawford County, Bucyrus, Ohio, as we get set for day 2 of racing from the fair. 11 races on the card tonight. Hello again, I'm Frank Froz, along with Jay Wolf. Matt Clark is here as well as we get set to go. The call to the post from our community band has just gone out for the first one, and we're going to quickly go to Michael Carter across the way, who is our announcer with the post parade.
For the first race, 3-year-old filly Pacers for the Home Talent Colt Stakes in memory of Mary Lou Guthrie. When play show exact Aquadilla. Daily double wagering. Let's beat the field. One talk into the moon. Over the Dark Horse Farm LLC. Tyler Angus drives Tritter Matthew Burkholder. I'm a Beach Lady is the 2. Mark St. Louis drives for Tritter Herman Hagerman and Hagerman Racing. Martin Yoder and Daniel Schrock. Chris Hirschberger drives 3, Vintage Queen. He also trains for Danny Ray Hostetler. For Bubble Me Up, owned by Stephanie Rees and Charles Mooney. Jamie Weller trains, Rod Elms Jr. drives. Here's the 5, Rocket Ray L by the Levan Stables. Levan, and Heffelfinger. Hank Levan trains and drives 5, Rockin' Ray L. And the 6, Fancy Dragon, Rocky Ward does the driving. He also owns and trains. That's the field for the first race.
The first of 11 on the card tonight. We've got 3 filly paces, 3 3-year-old filly paces, 2 2-year-old filly paces, 2 2-year-old filly trots, 1 3-year-old filly trot, a maiden trot, the Springhaven Ladies Pace, and the Signature Series. 30 trainers with horses, total of 68 horses. And Jay, you're back for day 2. Fun night last night, and get to do it again.
I don't think we could ask for a better night when it comes to the weather. The sun is bright. The sky is blue.
I'm here. Rain follows me.
There is a thunderstorm warning just been indicated for Crawford County. But absolutely a wonderful day. I'd probably say the temperature's in the low 70s right now, bright sunshine. The new Washington Community Band giving us some ditties tonight, so should be a fun night of racing. It's Ladies' Day here at the Crawford County Fair.
We're in the grandstand. You know, it's a little shade. Matt Clark already has the hoodie on. You know, he's trying to stay warm as we get set to go. Let's take a look a little more in depth at this field. The number 1 is Talkin' to the Moon. Tyler Angus drives for Matthew Burkholder. This filly is by Pet Rock out of the Shadow Play mare Gray Shadow. 9 starts this year, 2 wins and 3 seconds.
Number 2, I'm a Beach Lady. Mark St. Louis looked to have another big night. 6 wins last night. Will drive for Herman Hegerman, who owns with Martin Yoder and Daniel Schrock. 2 wins and 13 starts this season.
The number 3 is Vintage Queen. Chris Hirschberger drives and trains this Western Vintage. 6 starts, 1 second.
Number 4 is Bubble Me Up. Jane Weller trains. Rod Allen will drive for Reese and Mooney. This one is making only 2nd start of the year. Does have a 2nd place finish last time out at Marion.
Hank Levan has Rockin' Ray L, the Fair the Dragon. 6 wins and 14 starts.
Fancy Dragon will round out the field. Rocky Ward owns, trains, and reigns. Has 1 win and 9 starts. Was 2nd by a neck last time out at Carrollton.
Let's send it over to Michael Carter for the call of the first.
They're pacing, several levers. I'm a Beach Lady down the center. Vintage Queen flashes speed. Caught a little bit wide there was Rockin' Rael as they race into the first turn with Talkin' to the Moon, who came away in 4th. Bubble Me Up down at the inside came away in 5th with Fancy Dragon racing in 6th. Into the backstretch they go, and Rockin' Rael and Hank Levan have come on to take the lead by a length at a quarter over I'm a Beach Lady. Pocket Shadow in 2nd. It's a length and a half further back as they head to the opening quarter. To Chris Hirschberger and Vintage Queen. They race past the opening quarter and they are there in 28. and 4/5 seconds. Give and go time as I'm a Beach Lady came back up and took the lead from Rockin' Ray L. Down at the inside is Chris Hirschberger in a Vintage Queen. Then comes Tyler Angus and Talking to the Moon as they come by the stands for the first occasion. And on the lead here is Mark St. Louis and I'm a Beach Lady up by a length and 3/4 over Rockin' Ray L in second. Vintage Queen continues to travel well from third through a half at 57 and 3/5 seconds. Into the turn they go. Talking to the Moon still fourth. Fifth at the inside for Bubble Me Up. That is a gap of 3 back to Fancy Dragon as they move into the backstretch. I'm a Beach Lady still up by 2.5 over Rocket Ray L, who's in second. Down at the inside racing next is a Vintage Queen in third. Tyler Angus sends Talking to the Moon to the outside. That one's 3 clear of Bubble Me Up, and the back marker is Fancy Dragon as they went past the 3/4 marker in 1:27.1. Into the final turn they go. I'm a Beach Boy has the lead. It is opened up by 7 lengths here. Ray L is all out from in second. I'm a Beach Lady. Mark St. Louis picking up where he left off last night. It's I'm a Beach Lady to win decisively. Rocket Ray L was second, and then came Vintage Queen. Final time 1:56.3.
What a way to kick things off. 1:56.3. I'm a Beach Lady and Mark St. Louis go right to the lead, and there's no question about this one.
Yeah, when the gate swings folded, Hank Levan leaving from post 5 was on the outside and got to the front going down the backstretch, but Mark St. Louis did the old give and go and went right to the top and was never headed. They went in 1:56.2 in the last race last night, and so they go 1:56.3 in the first race tonight. Mark St. Louis, 7th win in 13 starts.
Not a bad night for Mark last night. And he's really picked up a lot of drives on this fair and is really off to a great start this year.
Yes, he is. Michigan's loss is our gain.
Trained by Herman Hagerman.
Herman picks up his second of the meet. Had one last night. Gets one here early today.
Race 1 is official.
Tyler Beach Lady, the winner. Vintage Queen was third. Bubble Me Up was fifth. Rocket Ray L was second. Fancy Dragon was sixth. 4-1-3, 5-2-6 on the bottom, 28-4, 57-3, 127-1. Final time 1:56.3. Back in stage. Beach Lady, owned by Men Racing. Martin Yoder and Daniel Schrock.
I'm a Beach Lady, the 3-year-old filly down by the seaside out of the Rockin' Image mare Rocket on Out. Your winner.
1:56. 3/5 of a second. Yeah, wins and tickets from the first race. Remind about our Lucky Loser contest.
Was a winner at Scioto earlier. His earliest win was back on May 10th. At Scioto, picked up his last win until this win. So we'll take a break right now, and we'll be back with race 2 right after this.
The first Crawford County Fair in 1848 was tiny in comparison to what we know today. Only 10 entries of livestock and needlework were exhibited at the town courthouse. By year 3, the fair was a community-wide gathering, complete with a small racetrack. Harness racing proved to be the main attraction, and when the permanent fairgrounds was purchased, the first thing built was a half-mile track. Crawford County has a rich history of standardbreds. Bucyrus was home to Pickwick Farms. The original owner began the venture in 1884, but it was Walter J. Michael who transformed the breeding farm. Pickwick was the nation's 4th largest breeding farm in the 1970s. It stood great sires like Gene Abbey and Baron Hanover. Michael raised over 1,600 horses, and his impact on the industry was immense. He was president of the United States Trotting Association, instigated the creation of the Little Brown Jug, and established Northfield Park, one of Ohio's 4 parimutuel tracks. Michael was elected to Ohio's Living Hall of Fame in 1979 for his contributions. Today, Crawford County is a member of the Home Talent Colt Stakes. It features 2 nights of live-action harness racing.
History, tradition. For over 100 years, 2- and 3-year-old trotters and pacers have started their careers on the tracks of the Home Talent Colt Stakes. See the future stars of Ohio harness racing at one of the Home Talent's 15 tracks. The stars of tomorrow are racing at a track near you today. The Home Talent Colt Stakes. You can't win them if you aren't in them.
Welcome back to the Crawford County Fair in Bucyrus, Ohio. Frank Frost, Jay Wolf, Matt Clark here to bring you all the action of 11 races today. The first one already in the books. This is our only racing going on tonight, so we should have everybody joining us for the action tonight.
And I have a feeling we're going to hear from Dave Myrick because we saw Charlie warming a horse up. At least we said we'll know have an audience of 1.
Yes, we will. I was talking to Charlie before. We were back in the barn area, and I said, "Is your dad okay?" He goes, "Yeah." I said, "Well, I haven't heard from him at all." Now, I have not been checking the Facebook comments when I've been doing these. Been behind the camera for a bunch of them. So, but Dave Myrick pretty good, and so hopefully he'll be checking in here as I look to my phone to see who is checking in.
There's an off day tomorrow in the state of Ohio.
What? An off day?
But Saturday, July 20th, there's a doubleheader at Mount Vernon, Ohio, 1 and 6 p.m. I believe Matt Clark and Doug Ballinger will be, or was it Tom Pye will be doing the action with you at Mount Vernon. Sunday, the 21st, post time at 11 a.m., Marysville, Ohio. They come back the next morning on the Monday at 11 a.m. So Sunday, Monday at Marysville.
Well, Saturday we got a triple header, really. When you think about it, we've got day 2 of Washington Courthouse.
I forget about that one because you went yesterday.
Yeah, we were there yesterday. Susan Schroeder will be there with Michael Longer. And then at Knox County, it'll be Matt, Ashley Daly, and Tom Pye. And then that's 2 cards there. And then on that Sunday, we've got Marysville day 1 and Tiffin. Marysville at 11 in the morning and Tiffin then at 6 o'clock at
6
night.
p.m.
Yep.
Then Monday you got a double header or triple header too on Monday, or double header. Monday you have 11 a.m. Marysville and then 6 p.m. at Tiffin.
Yep, we get into that, starting to get into the heat of the moment.
But fair time is fun time.
Yes, it is.
I've heard that somewhere.
Yeah, for some reason, my comments are not coming up on the phone, so we fortunately won't be able to.
So if we're doing a bad
fill
job,
them in. Nobody can say anything. Crawford County Fair finishing up this week. 2 more days left. Tomorrow, Friday, July 19th, the OSTPA pull, so the tractor pulls will be here. That's in the grandstand, so you can get your tickets for that. Also can get pit passes, and then on Saturday night, they wrap it all up with the Demolition Derby at 7 o'clock. So a lot of action still going on here at the Crawford County Fair for everybody.
Admit it, you've always wanted to participate in one Demolition Derby.
I would love to. We're going to put an OHHA car in one of these days, and Matt's driving it.
It's got to be a pickup truck, though.
Well, it was funny down at Washington Courthouse. I think they had the school buses. They were getting ready for a school bus demolition derby down at Washington Courthouse, it looked like.
Wow.
So I want to thank everybody who's been checking in from all over Ohio. And checking in, Dave Myrick. Good to have you on, Dave. So we're enjoying everybody being here. 1 in the books. So we're getting ready for the second one. And after the post parade, they're going right to the gate. So let's take a
go.
look at the number 2. This is the first of 2 divisions for the 2-year-old filly Pacers. Purse of $6,020. A field of 6 has been scratched down to 5, with Lily Grace Hill, the number 5, scratched. The number 1 is Allison L. Hank Levan drives and trains. This is a lather up out of the Badlands Hanover mare. Bad Feeling, owned by Levan Stables, Megan Levan, L. Levan, and R. Levan. In the words of Susan Schroeder, LOL, lots of Levans. 5 starts this year, 2 seconds and a thirds, earnings over $3,700. Last time out, finished 3rd at Hilliard, pacing in 2:04 and 2.
Number 2 is Mickey's Dragon. Richard Lee Stacy of New Springfield is the owner. Charlie Myrick will train and drive. This will make it the 2nd career start. Was 3rd last time out at Northfield in the non-winners of 1, timed in 2:04. This is a Fear the Dragon yearling purchase at the Buckeye Classic sale of $8,500.
The number 3 is Midwind Seashell, Betty Clegg. This is one of the 6, I believe, that the Cleggs have here tonight. Yep. And driving it will be Jacob Baird. Betty Clegg trains down by the seaside out of the mare K.O. Justice. Betty Clegg owns. This was a $15,000 purchase at the Ohio Select sale. 6 starts, a 2nd and a 3rd. Has shown a couple of breaks, including last time out at Hilliard. The 2nd place finish came at Circleville.
Number 4 is Dancing Susie. Chris Hirschberger trains and drives for the CNC Stables of Canton, Ohio. This one's making his 3rd career start. I'm not sure which program you may have, but it may be a line to be announced. It was a win at Hilliard in 2:04, so making 3rd start, has 1 win and 1/3.
Scratch the number 5, Lily Grace Hill. The number 6 is Evil L, the 2nd Levan entry, and did not get a driver change, so we'll have to see who's driving the other.
Looks like Hank's
Levan
on the
horse.
1. Then again, it could be Harrison. Kind of looks like Louis.
So it could be one of the 3. But that's a Fear the Dragon out of the Better's Delight mare, Carmel Kist, owned by Levan Stables, Megan Levan, and Richard Freese of Northfield. 6 starts, no worse than 2nd. 2 wins and 4 second-place finishes. Hitting the board in all 6. The 2 wins came at Marion and at Ottawa, a mark of 2:06 and 4 at Marion. $8,000 purchase at the Buckeye Classic sale.
We're going to have to get the book out because there are 2 Levans wearing identical colors except for the piping around the cursive L. So we're going to have to get our binoculars out to see what the piping.
And you can't even, they're both got the white wheel discs with the L's on them, so you can't go that route.
Hank's colors are, his L is piped in yellow, Harrison's is piped in gray, and Louis' is just white. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that's Louis.
Yeah, I think that's Louis driving the 1, and Hank will be driving the 6.
Stakes, sponsored by Bucyrus Road Materials, per $6,020. Here's the field. What Allison L. is owned by Levan Stables, Levan, and Levan. Hank Mickey's Dragon is owned by Richard Lee Stables. Jacob Bear. 3 Seashell. Okay, thank you. 5 is out, 6 Evil L. Owned by the Levan Stables, Megan Levan and Richard Freese. Hank Levan trains and drives. Number 6, Evil L. Exacta, Quadilla, Trifecta Wagering.
So there's the field for the 2nd race of the day, the 1st division for 2-year-old filly Pacers, going for $6,020. The one thing about this race, Jay, is every one of these 2-year-olds has hit the board, so they know what it's like to get to the front.
I've been really impressed with, if you look at the past lines for Evil L, 6 starts, 2 wins, and 4 second-place finishes, but the second-place finishes have been by a length, 3 1/4, a head, and a neck. So 4 lengths, you could be undefeated.
Very easily could be sitting there at 6-0. The only other one with a win is Dancing Susie. Chris Hirschberger drives and trains. It's a Dancing Yankee out of the Mr. Big Mare Big Tsunami. As the horses are gathering up in the lower turn, getting ready to head behind the Mike Wepkenberg starting gate. Talked to Mike before today. He had 5 gates out yesterday at fairs.
It's good to be Mike, huh? And the lucky thing is there weren't rainouts, so it's not like
no rainouts. So it was a full day of racing.
Thanks to you, there was no rainouts.
Yeah,
but you tried.
I'll tell you though, it was. We were about 45 minutes before post time down at Washington Courthouse, and you could see it come in. It created first a dust storm so bad that you couldn't see the back stretch, and then all of a sudden the rain just came barreling in, and we were all set up. We had to tear down, then we had to put everything up, and it was just a disaster. But right after that, it was beautiful. They raced the Wiener Dogs after the card was over with. 5 minutes after the Wiener Dogs were done, it downpoured again. I said to Lisa Schwartz, she was coming up, I said, who do you know? So from the rail out, Allison L. and Louis Levan, Mickey's Dragon, Charlie Myrick, Midwed Seashell, Jacob Baird, Dancing Susie, Chris Hirschberger, and Evil L. Hank Levan. Let's send it over to Michael Carter for the call.
They're off and they are pacing, and the Levans will leave together. It's Evil L at the inside with Allison L. Those two left together. It's a length and a quarter further back to Dancing Susie, who came away third, to clear of Mickey's Dragon. Then it's a way back to the distance. Midwind Seashell. The field moves into the backstretch to the tune of Evil L, who's up by 3 lengths over Allison L. Stablemates 1-2 here. Dancing Susie is third, about 7 off the lead as they continue to the opening quarter mark. Then comes Mickey's Dragon from in fourth, and Midwind Seashell is the trailer. Opening quarter in 31-2. Into the far turn they go for the first time. Up top it's Evil L by a length and a quarter over Allison L in second. It's a length and 3/4 back to Dancing Susie in third. Mickey's Dragon is next, and the trailer is Midwind Seashell by us the first time. No one's made a move just yet. Evil L and Hank Levan still up here by a length and a quarter. Stablemate Allison L is in the pocket, racing in a second. Third up is Dancing Susie, then comes Midwind Seashell. Halftime 102-2, still in straight alignment into the clubhouse turn and onto the backstretch for the final time. It is up by a length and a quarter. Now coming out of third, here comes Dancing Susie and Chris Hirschberger up and after the lead. Allison L is down at the inside in third with Mickey's Dragon on the outside, though it is Dancing Susie who has come on to take the lead. Evil L trying to fight on at the inside under urging from Levan. Then comes Allison L, 3/4, 133 flat, and we've got a battle on the front end. At the inside, it's Evil L. On the outside is Dancing Susie. Allison L is third. 1/8 of a mile left to come. Evil L has the lead. Dancing Susie on the outside continues to grind away. Evil L and Dancing Susie continue to slug it out through the final 50 yards. Evil L, Dancing Susie to the line they come. Very tight. Evil L may have hung on over Dancing Susie, but it's close. 2:02-1.
Battle down to the end, Evil L and Dancing Susie. Evil L gets the win. Dancing Susie finishes second. Allison L was third. Mickey's Dragon fourth, and finishing fifth, Midwind Seashell. Mickey's Dragon and Midwind Seashell both made breaks before the start. Mickey's Dragon was able to get back on gate and get up into the pack, and it was a kind of a battle for first and second, and then a few lengths back, your battle for third and fourth.
Interesting note, Frank. Hank Levan got his first driving win 7 years ago in one day.
And where was that first
Ottawa County
win?
Fair at Oak Harbor with Percival in 2:06-2. Wins today 2:02-1 with Evil L. 7 years and 1 day.
Jay is just a cornucopia of information.
Some of it might be relevant someday. The complexion of that race, really, before the gates wings even unfolded, Evil L was your 4-5 first choice, but Midwind Seashell was the 9-5 second choice, and never got on the gate, made a break behind, and never was a factor. And it was Hank leading his dad Louie through much of the mile, but held off the late charge of Chris Hertberger and Dancing Susie. 6-4, one unofficial.
Making the way back to the winner's circle, there is the number 6.
And a lot of Levans.
Official. Opening quarter 31-2, half 102-2, 3/4 133, final time 2-2-1. Allison L was third, Mickey's Dragon was fourth, Midwind Seashell was fifth, Dancing Susie was second, Lily Grace Hill was scratched, and Evil L the winner. 3-4-5, 2 scratch, 1 on the bottom, 2-0-2-1. Stands after winning race 2. Here's the 6th Evil L with the Levan Stables. Megan Levan and Richard Fries. Hank Levan trains and drives the 2-year-old Bay Filly by Fear the Dragons. The 3rd lifetime win. Congratulations to the winning connections of number 6 Evil L. Race 2 sponsored by Bucyrus Road Materials.
So there you go, your winner. Evil L, the Fear the Dragon, out of the Better's Delight mare Carvel Kist, owned by Levan Stable. Megan Levan and Richard Fries has hit the board in all 7 starts, 3 wins, 4 seconds.
Really gutted that mile out because Dancing Susie actually is probably leading by 3 parts of a length there just past the 3/4 pole, but Evil L fought back gamely to take the win.
If you're Hank Levan, you got to be really happy with the way this filly has been performing for you early in the season. So we'll take a break, and when we come back, we will have race number 3, the first of 2 divisions for 2-year-old filly trotters, when we return to the Crawford County Fairgrounds right after this.
At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year. Our expert team of boarded surgeons, sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sport horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661. Volstead, Coach K. Hanover, Slay, Ohio's top trotters stand at Dublin Valley Farms. Volstead's offspring include Sugar Instead, the 2023 Ohio 2-year-old Trotting Filly of the Year, and 2024 Ohio Sire Stakes winner Jurassic Hattie. Coach K. Hanover, the son of world record holder Walner, and Slay, the son of Chapter 7, standing his first season at Dublin Valley Farms.
Welcome back to Bucyrus, Ohio, Crawford County Fair. For those who may not be familiar, Crawford County sits north central Ohio. I always say it's the midway point between Columbus and Sandusky, Ohio. Midway point, Route 4 goes north-south through the city of Bucyrus, and US 30 goes east-west through the north part of the city. Home of Pickwick Farms for the longest time. Walter Michael was a predominant breeder here in the state of Ohio, and Pickwick Farms was still located just north of the city, just north of Route 30. Go by it when I go up to the lake. It's a neat little place. They're using it as an event center and a farm market now. So, but you go by, you always look and see the Pickwick sign still in the barn there.
First time by it, you if you don't know what it is, you're like, oh, what is this facility there? And then when you see the sign for Pickwick Farms, people know.
Take a moment to remind everybody that if you would like to follow along with race programs, they are available free of charge at harnessracingohio.com. Look for the live racing link on the left side of the page. Look for us at Crawford County. Click on the free programs and follow along. We are at race number 3. We have 2 changes in this race. Elliot Deaton will drive the 4 to replace the famous TBA. And Drew Neal will pick up the drive on number 5, Dixie Road.
And Personal Dream, the number 7, will wear trotting hobbles for the first time. So for those of you that are into all the equipment changes and everything, that you might see. Programs go up about an hour before the races start. Don't forget, if you are out at the fairs and we are racing, stop up to our broadcast location and pick up your Ohio Fairs passport, and then we'll give you a sticker. And then whenever you go to another fair, stop by our broadcast location. We'll give you another sticker, and at the end of the year, you'll turn it in at the last fair you go to or send it to us, and we're going to have some great prizes for the people that came to the most fairs this year.
I'm going to have a complex because you gave out more stickers so far today than I did all day yesterday, and we're only in race number 2. We're only through 2.
They're following me around.
Exactly. And so is the rain clouds, but I'm not going to
Yeah, exactly.
Speed superintendent here is Tom Lothbaum. Presiding judge is David Statz. Clerk and charter is Pamela Weller. Starter Mike Wopkenberg. The announcer, as we've been saying, is Michael Carter from Northfield Park. And our track photographer, the Lens.
The only.
The Lens.
The Lens. He needs
Roger
that.
Roger could be the voice, and I said we can make you the Lens.
And he should have
Brad
that on his
Conrad.
license plate,
I
just
know.
like Roger has on his.
The Lens. BC.
Well, without a doubt, though, this is one of the biggest water trucks I have ever seen. I think what they've decided to do is water after every second race and keep the horses from warming up until after it comes off the track. I was talking to some of the drivers earlier, and just with these 2-year-olds, the size of that machine, it's kind of hard to maneuver around it. The horses see it.
If you've ever been to Clinton, Ontario, to Clinton Raceway, they have a water truck that they literally close the track down, and it makes one pass and does all eight. So it is an industrial one like that, and it'll throw water from the rail all the way to the fence.
And the third row in the grandstand if you're not careful. So as it leaves the track, the horses come on out for our third race of the day.
You don't know how many times, if you're watching along, the Home Talent Colts still uses one saddle pad color, so I don't know how many times yesterday I would write down the 2-horse, but that wasn't the 2-horse. Everyone was the 2-horse because they were all wearing blue.
Well, the OFRC, the Ohio Fair Racing Conference, this year went to the 1 red, 2 blue, 3 white saddle pads like they have at the raceways, and went away from the 1 color.
Guess what we're doing at Delaware, Frank?
1 color?
Our jug saddle pads will be the post position colors with a white jug on them. So red, blue, white instead of the brown and yellow or white and brown. That was one request from one Roger Houston.
Breaking tradition.
Well, they still have the jug on them. They'll just be in colors.
Horse's name going to be able to slide in then?
Yep.
Okay.
And I owe Susan Schroeder a saddle pad, which I have in my other car, because she wanted to sample. You're looking at possibly doing something like that for the Ohio Sire Stakes.
We are.
That's what she said. And whatever Susan says
I'll
is
tell you
gospel.
one thing. The woman is I'm trying to describe. She has more great ideas, and just out of the blue, she'll come up with these great ideas. And towards the end of the year, she thinks my whiteboard in my office is filled. She just scribbles stuff on there, and you see it. So
wasn't she the matriarch, if you will, of the passport program?
Yes, she was. That was her idea, and it's taken off, and it's been great. And I'll tell you one thing, another nice crowd here in Bucyrus. I mean, we had a huge crowd last night at Washington Courthouse. For anybody who says that our fair streams are hurting attendance, they have not been to a county fair recently, because we have had great attendance at a lot of these fairs. Well, they're getting ready. The horses are coming on for the third. Let's take a look at the field for the third 2-year-old filly trotters. 7 of them go behind the gate. The number 1 is Skyway Bound. Charlie Myrick drives and trains this Uncle Peter out of the Muscle Hill mare Sky Is Mine, owned by Second Chance Stables out of Ravenna, Ohio. 1 start this year, finished 4th at Northfield. Finished second at Northfield, finished 8th in that race. Is coming off a qualifier where it finished 4th.
Number 2 is Caliel, Hank Levan. We'll get to Hank when we're done with the post parade.
Horses parading the post for race number 3. Home Talent Colt Stakes for 2-year-old filly trotters, first division. Per $6,540 exacta Quadilla trifecta wagering. Here's the field. 1 Skyway Bound over the Second Chance Stable Incorporated. Charlie Meyer trains and drives. 2 Caliel over the Levan trains and drives. 3 Yeah. Steve Cross shipped to the fair. Over the Heartland Acres, Rosie Weaver and Cabby D LLC. Drew Deal drives for trainer Rosie Weaver. Number 6, Country Behave, owned by Betty Clegg, who also trains Nick Clegg. And the 7, Personal Dream, adds hobbles here. It's owned by the Double Spring Farm, Brian James. 7, Personal Dream. That's the field for the upcoming 3rd race. Again, exacta Quadilla trifecta.
Number 2 is Caliel. Hank Levan trains and drives for Levan, Perry and Perry, making her third career start. Picked up checks in the first 2 starts, 5th at Marion, 4th at Hilliard.
The number 3 is Miss Big Gal. Greg Bateson drives for trainer Randy Rank. This is a Mr. Anson out of the Towners Big Guy mare. Here comes Big Gal. Randy Rank owns. 1 start this year, made a break, was in second when it made the break, finished 5th, was placed 4th. That was at Bell Fountain.
Number 4 is Count on Kenna. Steve Cross is the trainer and owner. Elliot Deaton will pick up the drive. First career start, has 2 qualifying efforts, a 5th and 6th, both at Northfield Park, stayed flat both miles.
Also making its first career start, the number 5 Dixie Road. Trainer Rosie Weaver will give the lines to Drew Neal. This Uncle Peter is out of the DeJambro mare Sawmill Road, owned by Heartland Acres, Rosie Weaver and Cabby D. Did have a qualifier at Delaware, finished 5th, trotting in 2:07 and 1.
Number 6 is Country Behave. Betty Clegg owns trains. Nick Clegg will drive, making its 6th career start. Was second last time out at Hilliard, timed in 2:09 for the $13,000 yearling purchase.
The number 7 is Personal Dream. Brian Miller drives and trains for the Double Spring Farm. This is a What the Hill out of the mare Steph's Dream, wearing trotting hobbles for the first time, making its career first start.
Number 7, Personal Dream, is bred by the Double Spring Farm, but has a yearling price listed, so it may have been a buyback at the Ohio Select Sales for $26,000.
Well, they looked like they were getting ready to go to the gate. They spun them around, and they're going to...
Oh, we got an equipment adjustment on, looks like Greg Bateson there at the draw gate.
Okay.
They didn't do you any favors in that post parade, did they, Mr. Clark? There was 2 in the first turn. There was 4 in the top of the stretch and 1 on the back stretch going the wrong way. So... Never a dull moment in the post parades here at the county fairs. Looks like the equipment has been adjusted and they're slowly turning to the gate.
Right now, Miss Big Gal, the 4-5 favorite. The second choice is the number 6, Country Behave. Country Behave, the only winner, has hit the board in 4 or 5, a win, 2 seconds, and a 3rd place finish.
As we mentioned in the rundown, a couple of first-time starters, 3 to be exact. Count on Kenna, the 4, Dixie Rose, the 5, and Personal Dream, the 7. Be interesting to see how close they are to the gate. Some of them have no charted lines at all, so not a qualifying effort, but I'm sure, they probably school them at their training center and or farm.
Had a chance. I was talking to Charlie Myrick, his wife Mary here, helping him out today. She's the one who's usually behind Skyway Bound when they're training. This horse, she said, when they were at the auction, she's not a big fan of Uncle Peter. She says she likes this one, but as her owner was bidding on it, she was like, uh-oh, but has really come on to really like Skyway Bound right now.
She'll like it. She'll like her even better if she stays flat and
exactly.
gets a good check.
So here they come from the rail out. Skyway Bound, Caliel, Miss Big Gal, Count on Kenna, Dixie Road, Country Behave, Personal Dream. Let's send it over to Michael Carter.
3, Miss Big Gal was off stride before the start. The rest are off and trotting. Dixie Road gets the first call up on the outside. Country Behave flashes a little bit of speed there too, with Skyway Bound in third as they head into the first turn. Up on the outside racing next is Callie L. Down at the inside with Personal Dream, who made a break in stride and now making a break up the backstretch is Callie L. Callie L made a break in stride. So as they continue to the opening quarter mark, up top here by a length and a quarter, past that opening quarter stanza in 32 and 3/5 seconds. So it's Dixie Road on the lead, a length and a quarter over Country Behave in second. First up and driving for Miss Big Gal. Then at the inside is Skyway Bound. Making a break is Personal Dream. Personal Dream made a break in stride, and so too did Callie L. Callie L is on a break at the back of the fair. So they trot down here to the half. Greg Bateson and Miss Big Gal, heavy favorite. On the outside, comes back to take the lead. At the inside, Dixie Road is second. Halftime, 104 and 3/5 seconds. As they head into the clubhouse turn, Dixie Road has put away Miss Big Gal. Miss Big Gal is toiling here. Country Behave has made her way into second. Then comes Skyway Bound in fourth. It's a gap of 6. Back to Count on Kenna as they continue up the backstretch. And on the lead here is Dixie Road. Dixie Road leads by a length. Country Behave on the outside for Nick Clegg. Then comes Miss Big Gal, 3/4, 135 and 4. Into the final turn they go. And it's still Dixie Road with the lead. Clegg is on the outside with Country Behave. Down at the inside is Miss Big Gal. 3 wide and coming on late here as they come to the top of the stretch and they turn for home is Charlie Myrick. Skyway Bound down the center of the racetrack here. Dixie Road with the lead. Far outside for Skyway Bound to the line. Dixie Road digs in to win it. Very tight for place.
207 flat.
207 flat.
Well, it looks like Dixie Road was the winner. After that, I think we're going to have a photo for place and show, but I think it was 5-6-3-1.
I would agree. Good minds think alike.
Yeah, they do. The winner, Dixie Road. Drew Neal driving for Rosie Weaver.
Dixie Road, first career start, looked like she's been doing it her whole life. Was challenged several times during the mile and put away all the challenges and drew off in the lane. What's the old adage? If you stay on stride, you'll probably get a check.
That's what happened in this race.
Tell you, the horse that went a big mile was Miss Big Gal. Spotted the field probably 15 lengths, but was challenging for the lead at the half.
So Dixie Road, your winner. Rosie Weaver trains the filly by Uncle Peter out of Sawmill Road, making its first career start. Like they say, you can't win them all unless you win that first one.
Drew Neal picks up his first win here at Bucyrus. So does Rosie Weaver.
Making the way back to the winner's circle, Dixie Road.
It's been 2 races since Mark St. Louis won. What's going on?
Third race, this is the 5 Dixie Road up by the Heartland Acres. Rosie Weaver and Cabby D LLC. Rosie Weaver, the winning conditioner. Drew Neal, the winning drive. Dixie Road is 2-year-old Bay filly by Uncle Peter, the DeJarmbro mare, Sawmill Road, bred in New York. First career victory for Dixie Road, home winner in 207 flat. 32 and 3 the quarter, 104 and 3 for the half, 135 and 4 for 3/4, 207 flat.
Blocked by that other horse.
Rosie Weaver was the leading trainer on the fair circuit 2 years ago, in 2022. She had 53 wins that year.
Still trying to get her barn back in order after.
Heat for show. Dead heat between Skyway Bound and Miss Big Gal. A photo could not separate them. So your trifecta tickets will be 5, 6, 1, and 5, 6, 3 here in race 3.
Well, we are off the line a little bit before it, but we're going to have a dead heat for show.
So from your top down, 3 dead heat, 7, 3 dead heat, 5, 1, 2, and 6 on the bottom. Time of that mile, 2:07.
Thank you for that. So, but as I was saying, Rosie Weaver's barn, they had a problem with some feed. Some corn got moldy and affected the horses, and really affected them, almost poisoned them, and now starting to get back into shape after that scare that she had in her barn.
You did a nice interview with them. We aired that on Next Generation night. You caught up with her before the Next Generation, and got to be a very emotional thing for Rosie. She obviously, there was also another story that you ran earlier in the magazine, I believe, where she actually slept with one of her...
Beat the odds, yep.
One of her horses that wasn't doing well, and she literally slept with it. And when it won it earlier in the year, I'm sure there was a lot of tears flowing in the winner's circle that night.
Yeah, when they won that first race, she was not happy with me. She goes, "You made me cry."
Something tells me it wasn't you. It was more the
emotions of everything that was going on.
We're through 3. We head to 4. The 4th race will be a maiden trot for a purse of $2,500, a field of 6. We'll talk about all 6 when we come back after these messages.
For over 50 years, Midland Acres has provided top-quality Ohio-bred colts and fillies. As a third-generation farm, we understand the importance of delivering well-cared-for and well-mannered yearlings. Get in the winner's circle with the yearlings by Fear the Dragon, Yankee Cruiser, Long Tom, Summa Cum Laude, Ready for Money, and Bit of a Legend. See our yearlings at the Blooded Horse Sale August 27th and the Ohio Select Sale September 13th.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com for fast shipping. Most orders ship that day. Or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
It's a beautiful night in Crawford County, Ohio, and we are here at the Crawford County Fair in Bucyrus. I'm Frank Froz along with Jay Wolf. Matt Clark joining us as well as we get set for our 4th race. Nice crowd on hand. Little entertainment for the folks in the stands before each race. I mean, this is what county fair racing is all about right here. You got the community bands here. They're entertaining. Got a beer tent down there to our left doing a nice brisk business.
I was joking with Matt and Tom last night. This same band was here a couple years ago, and it started to rain, and it was raining hard, and they refused to stop playing until the end of the song, and then they all ran under cover. I was like, that's dedication. So we're doing a little scouting here. Hank Levan is warming up Pink 2. And his dad is warming up Pink 7, so I'm going to go out on a limb and say that's who
they're driving in this afternoon. In fact, we had almost all the driver changes except for a couple from Hank. Yep. So we're going to give.
We appreciate
Hank
Mike
was driving
Carter
2.
coming.
You said
Hank was driving warming up the 2.
Warming up the 2. Okay, so
and it looks like Louis warming up the 7.
I'm going to pencil Louis in for the 7.
No.
I don't have a pencil, but
when you're perfect and never make mistakes, you don't need a pencil.
Exactly. Tell that to my wife.
Yeah. A beautiful track here. If you've ever been to Bucyrus, it is probably one of the wider tracks. I mean, they could, in theory, probably score 8 wide, but they're using Mike's one of his smaller gates, so they score 7 wide because we haven't had an 8-horse field yet.
In the past, they have had Buckeye Stallion series here. A couple years ago, they've had it here. Here, and I believe Urbana, where the 2 county fairs where they have had.
And Urbana's still on the schedule.
Yes, Urbana's still on the schedule. And then
The hardest part, honestly, the hardest part. I mean, I love it that the Buckeye Stallion Series is at the fair. The hardest part is there's just so many entries. There's very few fairgrounds that have enough stalls, and that's one of the downsides, if you will. Buckeye Stallion Series action last night at also Sire Stakes action last night.
Sire Stakes, we had Jurassic Caddy and Sugar Instead hooking up for the first time since last year's Next Generation.
We've been waiting for that battle, and it looks like Sugar Instead got the.
And the question about Sugar Instead was she had made a couple of breaks in qualifiers. Yeah. Finally, it got a qualifier in where she stayed flat and looked pretty dominant at the end of that race for the win. But, I mean, Jurassic Caddy, 7 starts this year, 5 wins and 2 seconds. You can't, argue
well, and
with
one of
what
the
she's
seconds
done.
was Next Generation night in the Grand Circuit event, so taking on the best around the country, and was a very game finisher there. Nothing to be embarrassed about.
Yep, horses are coming onto the track. Let's take a look at the field for this. The Maiden Trot, Ohio sired and owned preferred. Also, non-winners of $5,000 in their lifetime could enter, and we do have one of those. The number 1 is Johnny K. Curtis Harper drives for Deborah DeWolf. This is a homebred for Deborah. This is a 3-year-old gelding by Creatine out of Awesome Andrea by Awesome Victory. 2 starts this year, has not hit the board, did not race as a 2-year-old.
Number 2. Oh,
go ahead.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Number 2, Long Way to the Top. Elliot Deaton will drive for Dale and Brenda Edwards. 8 starts this season, no wins, but a pair of third-place finishes.
Here's your post parade.
Horses parading to post for the 4th race, the J&F Construction Maiden Trot in memory of Richard Aubrey Memorial. Exacta Quadilla Trifecta Wagering. Johnny K is 1, owned and trained by Deborah DeWolf. Curtis Harper. 2, Long Way to the Top is owned by Brenda Edwards. Dale Edwards trains. Elliot Deaton drives. Number 3 is Flaming Sword, owned by Daniel Miller. Mark St. Louis Jr. drives for trainer Russell Early III. At Hobbles to the 4, One More and Well Go, owned by Daniel Hale, who also trains. Chris Hirschberger is up. Wishy Washy is 5, owned, trained, and driven by Harold Coder. And Logan Ebersole drives the 6, MJ's Honor, owned by Philip Spearman. Mike Spearman is Exact Padilla Trifecta Wagering. Losing tickets go to Mutuals, because after this race we'll draw our first lucky loser.
The number 3 is Flaming Sword. Mark St. Louis Jr. drives for Russell Early. This is a Enterprise, a 3-year-old gelding owned by Daniel Miller, a $10,000 purchase at the Buckeye Classic sales. 7 starts this year, has a 3rd place finish. Last year, 8 starts, finished 3rd in one of those races. And showing, though, a lot of breaks on the card with breaks in the last 4 races for Flaming Sword.
Number 4 is One More and Will Go. Chris Hirschberger will drive for owner-trainer Daniel Hale of Utica, Ohio. This one has made 3 qualifying starts, and this was actually his first career start.
The number 5 is Wishy Washy. Harold Coder will drive. He also trains and owns this 5-year-old gelding by Wishing Stone out of the Yankee Glide mare Bannister. Has 28 lifetime starts, but has not started since November 2nd of 2022.
Number 6, rounding out the field, is MJ's Honor. Logan Ebersol will drive for Mike Spearman, the trainer, and owner Philip Spearman. This one has no wins this season in 9 starts, but has a win last year right here at Bucyrus in 2:06 and 4.
So that is your field of 6. As we get set, this is going for $2,500. The Maiden Trot, also entry. Non-winners of $5,000 in their lifetime, and MJ's Honor fits that, since it did have a win last year at Bucyrus. Lifetime earnings of $4,630. Wishy Washy without a win has earnings just under $14,000.
MJ's Honor was actually bred in Illinois and was purchased at the Illinois Classic sale for $3,800 a couple years ago. Don't see too many Illinois Classics in the
No, it took me, first time I saw it, I had to look at it twice.
As I mentioned earlier, has a win right here over the surface at Bucyrus. Last year as a 2-year-old.
Starting gate is moving towards the upper turn. Everybody else is still down in the lower turn, waiting for them to gather up and start heading up the backstretch.
Probably wanted the band to get this song in.
There you go. They know.
Corn dogs.
Oh, corn dogs are great.
Is it bad I went through the frozen food section? There's mini corn dogs, and I'm like, I did everything I could not to grab a box of mini corn dogs.
Now, at Costco, they have the mini corn dogs as samples. So, you grab one, you make a trip around the frozen food thing, and grab another one before you move on.
I was at Costco yesterday for work purposes, and I couldn't figure out where everyone was. There was hardly no one in there, and I went down one aisle, and they had like 4 food stations, and everyone was in that aisle.
I go there for lunch. Nice variety. Yeah. So from the gate out, Johnny K, long way to the top. Flaming Sword, one more and will go. Wishy-washy, MJ's Honor. They're making the turn towards the straightaway. Let's send it over to Michael Carter.
Here's the 2, long way to the top. The rest are off and trotting. At the inside, Johnny K has come away with the lead for post 6. MJ's Honors on the outside, and off stride is Johnny K. Johnny K made a break in stride. Maiden trotters do like to run, so they make their way into the backstretch. It is MJ's Honor who has the lead by 6 lengths over Wishy-washy in second. Then it's a big gap back to one more and will go. Long way to the top is next as they race to the opening quarter. Then at the inside is a Flaming Sword, and on the outside is Johnny K. Opening quarter in 32 seconds flat. Into the far turn they go for the first time. MJ's Honor with the lead by 4 lengths over Wishy-washy, who's in second. One more and will go is third. Now Deaton sends long way to the top to the outside. Then it's a gap of about 2 or 3 lengths back to Johnny K, and Flaming Sword is the trailer. Bias they come down here. Honor with Logan Eversole by a length and a quarter. Long way to the top is second. Halftime 1:03 and 3/5 seconds. Into the clubhouse turn they go for the final time. Racing in third is Wishy-washy. One more and will go is on the outside. Racing next as the field moves into the backstretch. It is MJ's Honor who has the lead by 2 lengths. Long way to the top is second. It's a gap of 3. Back to one more and will go. Picking up horses there as they continue up the backstretch is Flaming Sword. That at the inside is Wishy-washy, but it is MJ's Honor who got to 3/4 in 1:34 flat. Here comes long way to the top, and Elliott Deaton on the outside. That it's a gap of 5 to one more and will go. From there is Flaming Sword as they come to the top of the stretch. MJ's Honor and long way to the top are the first ones to turn for home. Long way to the top on the outside. MJ's Honor at the inside. Long way to top has come on to take the lead, and from 0 to hero, long way to the top wins over MJ's Honor. Then came one more and will go. Final time 2:04 1/5.
2:04 in the 5th for your winner, long way to the top, who made a nice move around that final turn. Elliott Deaton asked and got more out of long way to the top.
Possible violation of the braking rule for your winner, long way to the top.
Well, did have a break before the start.
Yep.
Came a long way back. I wonder if that's what they're considering. I didn't see anything else.
We had 3 breakers in the first 8th. It was the 1, 2, and 3. Johnny K, long way to the top, and Flaming Sword all took bad steps. But then when they got back to the half, they were in straight alignment, and so the field got all back together.
So we'll have to wait to find out Anything else? Michael Carter across the way.
We got through a card yesterday with no objections, so I was hoping for 2 in a row here in Ohio.
Waiting for the winner to come back around. Long way to the top, but waiting to see if that will hold. No reason for disqualification, so it will stand.
2-6-4 has been quickly made official.
And it looks like they're going to have a big crowd heading down to the winner's circle. This race in memory of Richard Boots Aubrey.
And it's always nice when the hometown team wins, so Dale Edwards and Brenda Edwards both here of Bucyrus, Ohio. Dale's been a long-time trainer.
And here comes Elliot Deaton back
Here comes
around
a golf
with
cart
long way
full
to the
too.
top.
This is the 2, long way to the top, owned by Brenda Edwards. Dale Edwards, the winning conditioner. Elliot Deaton, the winning drive. A 3-year-old bay gelding by Long Tom out of the Valley. Victor Mare Expressive Victor. Bred in Kentucky. First career victory. Time of the mile, 2:04.1. Quarter was 32 seconds. Half 1:03.3. 3/4 1:34. 2:04.1 the final time. In front of us, here's the 2, long way to the top.
You talked about the full golf cart. I felt sorry for the one woman. She was running.
She's still running.
She was trying to catch up to the golf cart. There was no room.
Some T-shirts out.
So your winner, long way to the top, picks up its first win in its 18 starts career.
You always remember the first.
And a big crowd in the winner's circle. That was the one thing we had yesterday at Washington Courthouse. There were more people in the winner's circle throughout the whole night. It was just great to see. Throwing some T-shirts into the stands.
They're falling apart when he throws them, so they're like a kite by the time they land.
Well, you need to get one of those guns that they have down at Scioto Downs. Don't stand near that when it goes off.
We looked at one at my bank to buy. You know how much those are? Those are not cheap.
How much are they?
They were.
What would a bank do with it?
Oh, we would just go around the streets of Delaware shooting it off.
You wanted it just for yourself.
Exactly.
Well, I got another idea. Why don't you just get a drone and you could fly it around and drop them places?
Well, you've been to a Blue Jackets game when they have the blimp.
Yep.
I would love to have a blimp and just drop things on people. They would be unsuspecting.
Well, get that for the fair. Delaware County
That's
Fair,
true.
you could have that.
Susan, if you use this idea, that was mine. I said the blimp first. I tried to convince my bank one time to use a hot air balloon or rent a hot air balloon, and we were at an event, and I said 3 hot air balloons flew over the Little Brown Jug. Who were they? And they rattled them off. I said, "See, you remembered them." So
there you go. You ever been up in one?
No.
I did once.
Okay, once, just
once.
Once.
I mean, it was a great experience. Yeah. It really was. It is so quiet up there. We went out left Columbus and went out over Darby Farms out there,
yep.
And
Still
the deer were just running. It was really a neat experience.
I like to be in control.
Yes, that is
would
the
have
thing.
no control over.
You have no control.
No control where you're going to land. You have no control how. Oh, we're getting shout out by Mike Clark.
There you go. Thank you, Michael.
The OHHA visits all of the fairs and independent county fairs. They do a great job providing analysis and wagering advice along with some great stories and information. They are a wealth of knowledge. Make sure you follow their page, the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association.
Who is paying Michael for that plug?
I was going to say, wow.
It's coming out of your paycheck for this one.
Well, yesterday he thanked us because he made a couple of mistakes, and he thanked us after for not making fun of him. And we really didn't on the air, but we kind of did when he was standing here by himself off the air.
Well, we need to take a break, and we'll be back for our 5th right after this.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. Thestable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at thestable.ca.
The future is bright in Ohio. Ohio Sire Stakes, Buckeye Stallion Series, 66 county and independent fairs. Whether it's the Ohio Sire Stakes, the Buckeye Stallion Series, or the county fairs, Ohio has a place for your racehorse. This year, Ohio breds are racing for nearly $23 million in stakes purses. Be part of the winning. Breed, buy, race, win in Ohio.
Volstead, Coach K. Hanover, Slay, Ohio's top trotters stand at Dublin Valley Farms. Volstead's offspring include Sugar Instead, the 2023 Ohio 2-year-old Trotting Filly of the Year, and 2024 Ohio Sire Stakes winner Jurassic Hattie. Coach K. Hanover, the son of world record holder Walner, and Slay, the son of Chapter 7, standing his first season at Dublin Valley Farms. Welcome back to the Crawford County Fair in Bucyrus, Ohio. Beautiful Bucyrus, Ohio. Almost the type of night that if I wasn't getting home so late, I'd make a fire out on the deck.
Sounds like a very good idea.
I know, but I'm not sure what time I'm going to get home. But luckily, it's only an hour drive. You know, it's those ones that are 2.5 hours or an hour and 45 minutes, and you're coming from all ends of the state and trying to get back home.
How many miles do you put on a car in a year?
I put too many on. In fact, I don't even, you know how you can have miles and then trips and that?
Yeah.
I don't even have the miles up. I just leave the trip up because I don't want to see how many miles I'm putting on my car.
I got a new car this spring, and I got an email from the dealership saying you should have about this many miles on your car, and I looked up like, oops.
Exactly. Yeah. No,
But the thing, I bought a hybrid, so it'd get 50 miles to the gallon now, and my wife's car doesn't get 50 miles to the gallon, so now we're driving mine everywhere. And hers, I got in the car today to drive hers to work because we had the back filled with stuff, and I'm like, I don't know when the last time I drove. I mean, it may have been a month or two since I've driven this car. So.
It's like my father once told me, they're there to be driven. They're not there to sit in the driveway and save miles. You buy it to drive it, use it, and that's the way I've always been. And when I was in sales early on, I'd put 25,000 miles on a car every year. That's what you did. So we are getting ready for
the Lady Pace
5th race, the Ladies Pace, field of 4. The number 1 is Duck Duck Dragon. Emma Wahlberg will drive for David Warnstaff. David owns this horse. It is a 10-year-old mare by Dragon, again, out of the Camluck mare Ducky's Delight. 6 starts this year, 1 win. Did not race last year. Lifetime 166 starts, 25 wins, earnings just under $200,000. And we'll go to the post parade, and then we'll take a look at the rest of this field.
Horses on the racetrack for the 5th race. The Dartmouthville Family Pace. It is the Springhaven Farm Ladies Driving Series for all lady drivers with place. Exact Aquadilla wagering available. 1 Duck Duck Dragon. Owned by David Warnstaff, who also trains Emma Wahlberg. Number 2, Virgin's Beach Boy, owned by Carol Boston for drives for trainer Linda Main. 3, Yes I Did. Mandy Jones drives for Brian Jones. Mandy is also the owner. And the 4, Last Bet, owned, trained, and driven by Stacy Curie. That is the field for the 5th race.
Number 2 is Virgin's Beach Boy. Jennifer Main will drive for Linda Main, the trainer, in owner Carol Deben Bostel. You always give me the tough last names. I don't get Smiths or anything like that, that's for sure. This one is a 5-year-old, always a virgin gelding, making his 19th start of the season. Does have a pair of wins. The fastest this year is 1:55 at Northfield Park.
And I got tough ones here. The number 3 is Yes, I Did.
Mandy
Jones will drive for Brian Jones. Mandy owns this 4-year-old gelding by Shady Shark. It is out of the Royal Art Mare. Oh, no, you didn't.
I think you should use a little bit more influence. Oh, no, you didn't?
Oh, no, you didn't. That'd be a Bill Peters call. 11 starts on the year, 3 wins, 3/3, earnings just under $10,000 last time out at Wilmington in the ladies' pace. Finished first by 4 1/4 lengths, pacing in 2 minutes flat.
Number 4 is Last Bet. Stacy Curry owns, trains, and reins. Stacy is from Thornville, Ohio. Making the 20th start of the season. Has made 120 starts, has 21 wins, was 3rd last time out at the Open at Hilliard at the Franklin County Fair.
This horse was claimed 6 races ago for $20,000.
Horse has been around Philadelphia, Pocono, Marion, Wilmington, and Hilliard.
So the field of 4, and one of the more exciting races always on our card is the Springhaven Farm Ladies Driving Series. When they get out there, they certainly go at it. Emma Wahlberg, Jennifer Main, Mandy Jones, Stacy Curry, the 4 women driving in this race as they get set to go. Duck Duck Dragon was scheduled to race at Marion but was scratched sick. Time before that at Northfield was judges scratch, so has not raced since June 9th. Was a winner in that race at Northfield, pacing in 1:56 and 2. Luke Ebersol was the driver. So from the rail out, Duck Duck Dragon, Emma Wahlberg, Virgin's Beach Boy, Jennifer Main, Yes, I Did, Mandy Jones, and Last Bet, Stacy Curry. Let's send it over to Michael Carter.
Springhaven Farms. Here come the ladies. They are pacing. Duck Duck Dragon and Emma Wahlberg get the first call. Up on the outside, Stacy Curry and Last Bet going to make her way into second with Virgin's Beach Boy and Jennifer Main in third. And Yes, I Did and Mandy Jones came away in fourth as they move into the backstretch. Duck Duck Dragon on the lead here by a length and a quarter over Last Bet, who is Pocket Shadow in second. Down at the inside, Virgin's Beach Boy is a third. And fourth and trailing is Yes, I Did. They race to the opening quarter, and it's Duck Duck Dragon with the lead. Opening quarter in 29 and 2/5 seconds. Into the far turn they go. Duck Duck Dragon and Emma Wahlberg lead by a length and a quarter over Last Bet and Stacy Curry in second. Jennifer Main and Virgin's Beach Boy 3 off the lead from in third. Then comes at the inside Yes, I Did and Mandy Jones. Here come the ladies of the Springhaven Farms Lady Driving Series, and on the lead continues to be Duck Duck Dragon. Stacy Curry and Last Bet continues to travel well from second. Virgin's Beach Boy is third, off a half in 1 minute 4/5 seconds. Yes, I Did and Mandy Jones being asked to improve here as they move up the backstretch. Duck Duck Dragon still the one to knock off. Third straight alignment into the backstretch, final time, and Last Bet is going to get locked in here. Here comes Virgin's Beach Boy up on the outside. Virgin's Beach Boy up to engage. Duck Duck Dragon for the lead. Yes, I Did is second over. You can throw a blanket over him. Who do you like here? Around the final turn they go. Duck Duck Dragon up by a neck, off 3/4 in 1:31 and 3. Duck Duck Dragon still the one to knock off. Virgin's Beach Boy on the outside. Then at the inside is Last Bet. Yes, I Did's going to fade out 3 wide for the drive as they come to the top of the stretch. Anybody's race to win or lose here. On the outside, Yes, I Did. In between horses, Virgin's Beach Boy and Duck Duck Dragon. Virgin's Beach Boy big to win it. Very tight for second. Please hold on tickets.
2 minutes, 2/5.
2 minutes, 2/5.
Wow.
If there isn't a fair board representative at their fair and they're watching these races, please do us a favor. Schedule more of these.
Oh, without a doubt. What a race. I mean, I thought Mandy Jones was out of it. She was second over coming up the backstretch and kind of faded a little, but around the turn, all of a sudden, asked yes I did and came charging 3 wide down the stretch. It did look like Virgin's Beach Boy got up for the win, but after that, I'm not even going to take a guess, especially after the last photo finish. Hopefully Jim Ashman will hand us one as he goes on by this time.
One thing I forgot to mention when we were going down you look at the breeding of Last Bet. Better's Delight out of west of L.A., out of western Hanover. That is a full sister to the Jugette champion that John Campbell's last year racing at Delaware won the Jugette with that full sister to Last Bet.
There you go.
Again, more useless trivia.
Second. 1 Duck Duck Dragon was third. 2, 3, 1 unofficial.
3-1 unofficial. So Mandy Jones gets up for second with Yes I Did. Duck Duck Dragon finishes third. Last Bet was fourth. That is still unofficial.
Last quarter in 28-4.
They were flying. They were flying.
Quarters were 29-2, 1 minute and 4/5. 3 quarters, 1:31.3. Came home in 2 minutes, 2/5.
The winner, Yes I Did, was second. Last Bet was fourth. 3-1, 2-4. How is Jennifer and Linda related?
So there we go. So there you go, mother and daughter combo. Jennifer and Linda Main get the win down in the winner's circle.
Drive for the Springhaven Farm Ladies Driving Series, sponsored by Darmoful Family Pace. Let's give it up for Virgin's Beach Boy, home winner in 2 minutes, 2/5.
Joe Darmafall down in the winner's circle along with his wife Fran, very supportive of
we need
the
to do a
Springhaven
tip of the cap for them because
Farm,
they
yep.
sponsor a lot of these Lady Pace series, and so
give the winning driver $100 as well, I believe.
and a trophy, it looks
And a
like.
trophy.
Tip of the hat to them. It's always great when you see owners giving back.
So that's what the Dharma Falls do. So race 5 is in the books. Next up, it'll be the 6th. 6 scheduled to go to the gate, but we do have a scratch, so Big Bad Beach Bunny is out. So we will be scratched down to 5 when we return to the Crawford County Fair right after this.
Athletes, they come in all shapes and sizes. They catch, they leap, they run. Some athletes even come with 4 legs and paws and hooves. When these beloved family members need care, remember the Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center. Ohio State experts wrote the book on exceptional animal care and know how to get our best friends back on their feet. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out, Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com for fast shipping. Most orders ship that day. Or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Cool Winds Farm in Lima, Ohio is a full-service standardbred breeding farm. Cool Winds stands the popular dancing Yankee, a 2-time world champion, along with 2019 Jug winner Southwind Ozzy, the son of Some Beach Somewhere. Cool Winds also stands the royally bred $2 million earning Western Fame. Be sure to inspect the Cool Winds yearlings at the Ohio Selected Jug Sale at Pickaway on Friday, September 13th.
Welcome back. Crawford County Fair, day 2 of the 2-day meet here. Lovely Bucyrus, Ohio. Absolutely a fabulous day for racing. Sun is out. It's casting a shadow here from the finish line into the first turn. Matt Clark's got his hoodie on since this outset, so you know it must be cold. Frank left us, so I guess we're in charge, Matt. Just a reminder, that if you would like to follow along, race programs are available free of charge. HarnessRacingOhio.com. Look for the live racing link. Click on the Crawford County Fair. Programs are usually made a couple hours before post time. Last thing the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association wants to do is to affect the sales at the various fairs. Kiwanis clubs, Rotary clubs, Lions clubs. This is a lot of the counties use this as one of their main fundraisers. So obviously we do not want to step on that. So that's why there is no programs available until a couple of hours before post time. You can always go back and look at the past races. So if you happen to miss a program like we missed Washington Courthouse yesterday, we will go back and inspect the work of one Frank Froz and see how he did. We'll rate him on a scale of 1 to 10. Well, maybe we'll do the 1 to 5 horseshoes. Maybe someday you'll get the golden horseshoe.
There you go. Rosie Weaver has her paint here today. Yep. Out on the track, and whenever that horse goes by, it definitely turns some heads.
It's not unusual over in Europe, England and Ireland and those areas, but here in the United States, that is definitely a horse of a different color. I think I heard you say Rosie was concerned that other horses might shy away.
Yep.
We'll have to keep an eye on that.
But I think it was maybe the Marion County Fair, I think it was. I was on the back stretch, and horse had just gotten done. As I was walking along, a couple of fans were there, and they were like, that is a very pretty looking horse as it went by. They were kind of like surprised to see it go by.
Almost halfway through the card here at at Bucyrus in Crawford County. We're talking about Marion, so I mentioned Marion. Jeez.
Band is wrapping up. They have finished for the evening.
I wonder if she just abandoned the...
just leaves the drum.
Just leaves the drum. It's awfully big.
I don't know if it would fit through the tunnel. They have to have somebody come and get that.
Come and get the drum. Yep. The young man took his tuba apart and had his hand through the horn of the tuba. And I was like, I didn't even know this came apart.
See, that's why I was so glad back when I was in middle school and you had to take an instrument.
Oof.
And, and I decided I was going to try to learn to play the trumpet and, did the music class. And then one day the music director called home to my house and said to my father, maybe we need to think of something else for Frank to do because playing a musical instrument is not in his future.
Well, you're better than I did. I mysteriously lost the permission slip. It never quite made it home. I knew I wasn't going to be good, and I didn't want my parents to force that upon me. So.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah. No, that was one of that's. Thank God I never did. Now, I would have liked to have learned to play a guitar maybe, and
there's still time.
No, there isn't.
You don't have any free time?
No, I have no patience.
Okay. Oh, okay. Big difference.
Don't have the free time either, but I don't have the patience to try to learn anything.
There is the call
Here's
to the
post
parade.
Horses on the racetrack for the 6th race. Home Talent Colt Stakes for 2-year-old filly Pacers. Scratch the 1 Big Bad Beach Bunny. Here's the field. Number 2 is I Don't Know Who. Owned by Cheyenne Link, Chris Hirschberger trains and drives. Hank Levan drives 3. Legendary Alley also trains for Levan Stables and Darmofo Racing and Megan Levan. 4 Kylie Cash is owned by Betty Jo Clegg, who also trains. Nick Clegg is up. 5 Midnight Western, owned by David Warnstaff, who also trains. Drew Neal is in the bike. And Jacob Bear drives 6, Song of a Dragon for owner-trainer Betty Jo Clegg. That is the field.
All right, let's take a look at this field. Scratch the number 1. The 2 is I Don't Know Who. Chris Hirschberger drives and trains. This is a Western Terror out of the Mach 3 mare. Without a doubt, Cheyenne Link of Canton, Ohio owns and bred this horse. 1 start this year, that was at Hilliard. Finished 3rd, pacing in 2:06 and 4.
Number 3 is Legendary L. Hank Levan trains and drives for Levan Stables, Darmafol Racing, and Megan Levan. This one broke its maiden last time out at Hilliard on the 15th of July. A win by 7 1/4 lengths, hitting 2:04.1.
The number 4 is Kylie Cash. Nick Clegg drives for his wife Betty Clegg, who owns Kylie Cash. This is a Fear the Dragon out of Glorious Virgin by Always a Virgin. Has hit the board in 6 of 6. 2 wins, a second and 3/3. Made a break last time out at the start, but rallied to take the lead. Ended up finishing second. 2 back at Cortland. Was a winner by a length. Has a mark of 2:04, which took at Cortland.
Number 5 is Midnight Western. Drew Neal will drive for owner, breeder, trainer David Warnstaff of Ashley, Ohio. This one was scheduled to race in Marion on the 2nd of July, was scratched, so will be making her first career start for the Western Vintage Filly.
The number 6 is Song of a Dragon. Jacob Baird drives for Betty Clegg. This is a Fear the Dragon out of the Art Major mare J.K. Song Sung Blue. 6 starts on the year. 2 seconds and 2/3. Still looking for that first win. Last time out at Hilliard was 4th. Best time is 2:04.4. That came back in the first start of the year at Paulding. So the 2 to keep an eye on, the number 3, Legendary L, and the number 4, Kylie Cash. Legendary L, 3 to 5 right now. Kylie Cash, even money.
All the horses will move in a spot with the scratch of the 1. So we are down to a field of 5. Those 5 are all headed toward the Wilkenberg starting gate. The gate wings have opened, and we'll send it up to Mike Carter with a call for the 6th. The second division of the 2-year-old filly Pace, purse $6,020.
And they're off and they're pacing. Legendary L and Kylie Cash get the first call. I don't know who, and Chris Hirschberger down to the inside right there too. Then comes Midnight Western, who came away in 4th. 5th and trailing for Song of a Dragon. Up the backstretch they go. It is Legendary L, who's a 3-length leader over Kylie Cash at second. 2 in front of I don't know who. Then comes Midnight Western and Song of a Dragon. They race to the opening quarter. And up top it is Legendary L with the lead. The inside Kylie Cash is second, opening quarter in 30 and 4/5 seconds. I don't know who is third at this point, only 5.5 lengths off the lead. Midnight Western races next, and Song of a Dragon now comes to the outside for Jacob Baird as they come to the top of the stretch first time. Kylie Cash in second with I don't know who in a third. Up on the outside, a Song of a Dragon, and Jacob Baird trying to make his way into a third with I don't know who down at the inside. And Midnight Western is the trailer. Legendary L led him past the half in 1:01 and 4/5 seconds. Into the clubhouse turn they go, final time. Legendary L is a 1.5 length leader. Jacob Baird and Song of a Dragon continue to inch forward on the outside, while second, Kylie Cash. The other Clegg trainee is pinned in with the inside, while third. It's a gap of 3 back to I don't know who. Then comes Midnight Western. They head to 3/4. Legendary L, the one to knock off. Song of a Dragon's waving the white flag. It is called it an evening. Kylie Cash is at the inside, off 3/4 in 1:31 and 2. Into the far turn they go. Legendary L has the lead in between horses. Midnight Western as they come to the top of the stretch. Who do you like here? It's Legendary L at the inside, Kylie Cash, and Midnight Western. These 3 are slugging it out at the inside. Legendary L to win it. Kylie Cash was second. Midnight Western was third, and I don't know who was fourth. Final time, 2:01, 2/5.
Fire signs up on the 1.
So your unofficial winner, number 3, Legendary L, leading gate to wire 2 straight here in the Buckeye State, was a winner last time out at Hilliard in 2:04.1, comes back today, 2:01.2 over number 4, Kylie Cash.
Song of a Dragon made the move up the backstretch for Jacob Baird, but just ran out of steam going to that final turn and faded all the way to 5th. Midnight Western with Drew Neal got up for 3rd.
Legendary L, please hold all together.
Legendary L. Second win in 7 starts, owned by Levan Stables, Dharma Fall Racing, and Megan Levan.
Was a $9,000 purchase at the Ohio Select Sale, and with the $3,000 tonight, will come close.
Joe didn't leave the winner's circle. He stayed down there after the Springhaven.
Good things happen to good people, right?
Yep, stayed right there, said, I'm going to take the gamble that Hank brings home Legendary L with the win, and that he did.
Second win of the day for Hank Levan as a trainer and a driver. Moves into a second place into the training stats. Betty Clegg with 3 yesterday, none today. Herman Hagerman with 1 today, 1 yesterday, and Hank with 2 today.
An inquiry directed against the actual winner, 3 Legendary L, possible violation of the braking rule. Please hold.
I don't, must have been right at the start, because other than that, I didn't see any possible break. Did you?
I did not either.
Jay's got an eye for this, just so you know. Jay can,
I didn't see anything wrong, but I'm not a judge. So
Jay is so good at this. He'll be sitting at home at night working on his computer, and he'll have it on the TV behind him, and he'll know a horse breaks before they even announce it.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Hank Levan taking a slow roll in front of the judges' stand. And the way they're huddled around, looks like they're huddled around a little phone across the way looking at it.
It's better than us waiting for them to walk across to look at our little phones.
Again, the queen of ideas has one. And
iPad?
That's what we're looking at doing. We've got to work on that over the next week or so. That way the judges will be able to. And they just
no reason for placing.
So things will stay the same. Hank Levan will head to the winner's circle.
I noticed Hank was doing short turns right in front of the judges' stands, probably trying to eavesdrop what was being said.
Darmoful Racing and Megan Levan. Hank Levan, the winning trainer and driver. 2-year-old Bay Filly by a bit of a legend. Into the Western Ideal mare, Albrizzi hit over. Bred in Ohio, first career victory for Legendary L. Race X, sponsored by Ohio Foe. What's the official order of finish?
As Michael said, the winner, Legendary L. Kylie Cash finishes second, Western third. Here's the rundown.
Scratched. I don't know who was fourth. Legendary L, the winner. Kylie Cash was second. Midnight Western was third. Six Song of a Dragon was fifth. Scratch 4, 1, 2, 3, 5 on the bottom. Quarter time 30 and 4/5 seconds. Halftime 101 and 4. 3/4 132 and 2. Final time 201 and 2/5 seconds.
I just wanted to look at it.
Second driving win and training win for Hank Levan today as he heads back to the barn with I don't know who. So sixth is in the books, and we will be back with the seventh, the 3-year-old Filly Trotters, only one division, going for $11,760. 8 will go to the gate when we return to the Crawford County Fair in Bucyrus, Ohio, right after this.
Athletes, they come in all shapes and sizes. They catch, they leap, they run. Some athletes even come with 4 legs and paws and hooves. When these beloved family members need care, remember the Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center. Ohio State experts wrote the book on exceptional animal care and know how to get our best friends back on their feet. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at BigDWeb.com for fast shipping. Most orders ship that day. Or call 1-800-321 2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Cool Winds Farm in Lima, Ohio is a full-service standardbred breeding farm. Cool Winds stands the popular dancing Yankee, a two-time world champion, along with 2019 jug winner Southwind Ozzy, the son of Some Beach Somewhere. Cool Winds also stands the royally bred $2 million earning Western Fame. Be sure to inspect the Cool Winds yearlings at the Ohio Selected Jug Sale at Pickaway on Friday, September 13th.
Welcome back to the Crawford County Fair as we get set for our next race, the 1 division for 3-year-old filly trotters. A couple of days left here at the Crawford County Fair.
What can we do at the Crawford County Fair?
You can do a lot. In fact, tomorrow, it's, at 3 o'clock, we got the Junior Fair Barnyard Boogie, if you want to join in on that. But we have the Antique Tractor Parade here at the Grandstand at 5 p.m. Then at 7 o'clock, it's the OSTPA state-sanctioned Truck and Tractor Pull with 2 tracks here at the Grandstand. Then Saturday is the final day of the fair here in Crawford County, and it's recycling day. You'll have the Tony Wood carving. He'll do 3 shows. The pedal tractor pull, so the kids will get out there with the little tractors. There you go. And then we'll have the demolition derby in the grandstand. Don't forget, at 7 o'clock, they also have the pig scramble. So a lot going on.
Well, yesterday when I was leaving, there's a stage over by where I parked, and I heard the guy on the loudspeaker says, "Should we let him out of the box?" I was like, did they change?
Magician,
I'm assuming
maybe?
it was a magician, but should we let them out of the box? Well, I'm hoping, unless it's a magician. But
and if not, are you going to just take them home in the box? Do that. So
Matt Clark left us. I hope he comes back before they post-parade.
If not, I can jump up there. I've done that before. Let's take a look at the field for this. The only division of 3-year-old filly trotters, 8 to go behind the gate. The number 1 is Itty Bitty Blue. Rosie Weaver drives, trains, and owns this full cow out of the SJ's photo mare, Blue and Blue. 3 starts this year, has a second-place finish. Last year, 18 starts, 2 wins. Those wins came at Northfield and then on September 12th at Upper Sandusky, a $12,000 purchase at the Blooded Horse Sale, second last time out at Northfield.
Number 2 is Phyllis L. Stop me if you've heard this, but Hank Levan trains and tries for Levan Stables, Megan Levan and Rosemary Levan. This one was making its 11th start of the season, was second last time out at Hilliard, individually timed in 2:03 in 2.
The second of the 3 Rosie Weaver entries is MS Enterprise. Joe Yoder will drive. This is an Enterprise out of the Muscle Hill mare Sand Lauren Blue, owned by Sharon Silcott of Orion, Ohio. 3 starts this year, has not hit the board, did not race as a 2-year-old, has seen some breaks on the card, so hopefully trying to stay flat in this race.
Number 4 is Taddy Hill, the final of the 3 Rosie Weaver trainees. Drew Neal will make the decisions with this one. John Slabaugh from Millersburg is a co-owner with Walnut View Farm of Walnut Creek, Ohio. This one has a win in 10 starts this season. The win was last time out at Bell Fountain with Drew and Neal on the bike, timed in 2:05.
The number 5 is Endless Time. Mark St. Louis Jr. and Herman Hagerman will look for their second win of the evening. This is an Uncle Peter out of the Tom Ridge mare Customary, owned by Ronald Lamar Burks of Cypress, Texas. 2 wins in 9 starts this year. Lifetime 3 wins in 14 starts. Earnings over $17,000. Was a winner last time out at Hilliard in the only division of 3-year-old filly trotters.
Number 6 is Defiant Beauty. Michael Walker owns, trains the 3-year-old filly by Enterprise. Winless in 7 career starts. The line to be announced, if you have a program with that, was actually a scratch. Was second last time out at Sada Downs, and they're always competitive. Fillies and mares non-winners of 1.
The number 7 is the second Hank Levan entry, and that is Instant Fortune. And we believe Louis Levan will drive Instant Fortune, trained by Hank Levan. This is a What the Hill out of Outrageous Fortune by Andover Hall, owned by Levan Stables, Megan Levan, and Deem Racing. Looking for its first start of the year. Did win 8 last year in 21 starts. Let's go for the post parade of Michael Carter.
Horses on the racetrack for the 7th race. 3-year-old filly trotters of the Home Talent Colt Stakes, sponsored by the Crawford County Fair. Let's meet the field. Number 1 is Itty Bitty Blue, owned, trained, and driven by Rosie Weaver. 2, Phyllis L, by Levan Stables, Megan Levan and Rosemary Levan. Hank Levan trains and drives. 3, Miss Enterprise, owned by Sharon Silcott. Rosie Weaver trains. Joseph Yoder is up. 4, Tatey Hill is owned by John Schleybaugh and Walnut View Farm. Drew Neal drives, trainer Rosie Weaver. 5, Endless Time, owned by Ronald Lamar Burks. Mark St. Louis Jr. drives for trainer Herman Hagerman. 6, Radiant Beauty, owned by Michael Walker, also trains and drives. 7, Instant Fortune, owned by Levan Stables, Megan Levan and Deem Racing. Louis Levan drives for trainer Hank Levan. And the 8, Sister Wives, who races without hobbles, is owned and trained by Betty Jo Clegg. Jacob Baird is at the sulky. We'll have another lucky loser after this race. Make sure to turn your losing tickets in at the Mutual stand. Hey,
we'll round out the field with number 8, which will start on the gate. We do score 8 wide here at Bucyrus. Is number 8, Sister Wives. Jacob Baird will pick up the assignment for Betty Clegg, the owner-trainer. This one has 1 win in 10 starts. Was distanced 5th last time out at Hilliard. This is a 3-year-old filly by Uncle Peter. 1 win in 19 starts. That win was in 2 minutes and 1/5 over a sloppy Northfield track earlier this year.
So there's your field of 8. Instant Fortune looking for its first win of the year. Last time was a winner back on September 13th at Montpelier.
Full field of 8, 1 division, going for $11,760. A little interesting, we have a 3-horse, even though they're not an entry, there's 3 entries from Rosie Weaver, 2 from Betty Clegg. Oh, I'm sorry, 2 from Hank Levan.
2 from Hank Levan, only the 1 from Betty Clegg. Usually you have more than 1 with the Cleggs.
Yeah. Nick has been letting Jacob Baird drive tonight for him, unless there's 2 in a race. We were correct. Louis Levan is on the 7th, and Hank stays with 2, Phyllis L.
It's funny, you go back by where the trailers are. The Cleggs race pretty much out of their trailers. They have a little whiteboard there that lists the horse, what race it is, what name, the name of the horse, what saddle pad it's wearing. And for water buckets there, they use wheelbarrows. They fill a wheelbarrow with water and put it there in the horses, and the horses can just go off. So it's kind of like leading a horse to water. It drinks out of it.
But you can't make it drink.
No, but you can. But
horses are taking a turn, going the wrong way.
And, it's funny. You do so many of these fairs, you kind of forget which fairgrounds it is till you drive up to it. But we're here so often. We do Matinee Madness here. We, here at the fair. So this is one of the ones I know exactly where I'm going, where I'm pulling in, and what it looks like when I get here.
The Apple Maps doesn't have to help Frank Frost with this
Not enough for this one.
It's one of the shorter drives for you. You said about an hour, so that's
about
always
an hour,
good.
Not too bad.
Are you going to be at Marysville Sunday?
No, in fact, this is my last live stream for a little bit of a while. I leave tomorrow for North Carolina. And yes, I'm taking a week off in the middle of fair season. I should
Trust
be.
me, if anyone's allowed, it's you.
No. My father's wife has gotten a house on the Outer Banks in Waves, North Carolina. So I will be heading there tomorrow with my wife and my kids. My sister and her fiance and her children. 2 of the 3 are going to be coming in as well. So Dad's getting up there in years, and so
So what about your children? Are they
They're
joining?
both good.
Okay,
Well, my daughter Elizabeth is driving down with us,
Okay.
but she is completing her residency at Children's Hospital next week, and it's her last week, so she really shouldn't be taking off any time, but they gave her Monday off, so Monday I'll drive her to the airport. She'll fly back, but my son David will be down there the entire time, and so it'll be good to see my sister. I haven't seen her in a while.
I'm going to go out on a limb. It's going to be hotter in the Outer Banks than it is here today.
Oh, without a doubt.
That's an easy bet.
So we're going to leave. We're going to drive halfway tomorrow night and then drive the rest of the way Saturday. And then we'll be heading back next Saturday. I've got to help my son move on Sunday. And then I'm right back at it that next Monday. I'm not sure where that is, so I got to figure that out and get the equipment and be ready to go. So we are set to go. Let's send it over to Michael Carter for the 7th.
He doesn't laugh. Instant Fortune L was slowest into stride. The rest are off and trotting. Off the course there was Itty Bitty Blue. Itty Bitty Blue made a break in stride. Also making a break there is Sister Wives and Radiant Beauty. So as they sort themselves out, on the front end here, it is Phyllis L who has the lead by a length and a quarter over. Katie Hill is in the second. Endless Time is at the inside of third. That one is 5 clear of Miss Enterprise as they continue up the backstretch to the opening quarter. Then comes Instant Fortune L. It's a gap of about 10 to Radiant Beauty as they pass the opening quarter in 29 and 4/5 seconds. Into the far turn they go for the first time, and up top on the lead here is Phyllis L. Phyllis L leading by a length and a quarter as they come by us for the first time, and it's Phyllis L on top by a length and 3/4. In the pocket, Katie Hill is second with Endless Time third. Miss Enterprise is fourth at this point, off a half in 1 minute and 2/5 seconds. Bounding out of the pocket now, up at the outside. Here comes Drew Neal and Katie Hill up and after Phyllis L for the lead. And Phyllis L made a break in stride. Getting jammed up there was Endless Time. Endless Time was affected by the breakers. They continue up the back stretch, and it is Katie Hill who has the lead. Katie Hill is up by 4 lengths over Endless Time, who is in the second as they race past the 3/4 stanza with Miss Enterprise in third. 3/4, 1:30 and 1. Into the far turn they go. Up top here is Katie Hill. Katie Hill trying to keep him going is Drew Neal. Coming up at racing next is Endless Time. Endless Time trying to rev up and come and get them. It is Katie Hill with the lead. Here comes Endless Time up far outside. Endless Time and Katie Hill. Endless Time up in time to win. Katie Hill second. Miss Enterprise was third. Then came Radiant Beauty, 2:01 flat.
Katie Hill and Drew Neal had the lead. Looked like they were going to win it easily, but reeling it in was Endless Time. Mark St. Louis Jr. and trainer Herman Hagerman team up to win their second today.
Herman's third for the 2-day meet. Matches Betty Clegg's 3 wins. Mark St. Louis picks up his 8th over the 2-day meets.
And that should wrap it up for Mark St. Louis.
Unless they run races that we're unaware of. A lot of runners in that race at the start.
Phyllis L had the break. Then Radiant Beauty also had a break along the back stretch, but able to get right back down and finish 4th.
If you're going to break, make it early.
And we'll have to see what happens. Hank just could not get Phyllis L back on stride.
She galloped the rest of the mile.
Inquiry does not affect the winner, 5 Endless Time.
So the inquiry is out on the breaking horses, does not affect the winner, and that is Endless Time. Mark St. Louis Jr. and Herman Hagerman, the Uncle Peter filly, wins for the 3rd time this year in 10 starts.
If you're going to win a couple of races back to back, you want them to be both for $11,760. That's for sure.
3 wins out of the last 4 starts for Endless Time.
Winner after winning the 7th race. This is the 5 Endless Time. Owned by Ron Lamar Burks of Cypress, Texas. Herman Hagerman, the winning trainer. Mark St. Louis, the winning drive. 3-year-old Big Filly by Uncle Peter. The Tom Ridge mare Customary, bred in New Jersey. Third, a lifetime win. Congratulations to the winning connections of number 5, Endless Time.
Owned by Ronald Burks of Cypress, Texas. Hopefully Mr. Burks is watching tonight on the live stream and got a chance to see his horse rally down the stretch for the winner.
Now, final time. Judges find no reason for placings here in race 7. Lady Bitty Blue was 6th. Phyllis L was 8th. Miss Enterprise was 3rd. Tatey Hill was 2nd. Endless Time the winner. Radiant Beauty 4th. Instant Fortune L 7th. Sister Wives was 5th. 683-21475. Time 2:01 flat.
So we are through 7 on this race card. 11 races today from the Crawford County Fair. Next up, 3-year-old Philly Pacers, the second of 3 division. And we'll be back with that right after this.
The first Crawford County Fair in 1848 was tiny in comparison to what we know today. Only 10 entries of livestock and needlework were exhibited at the town courthouse. By year 3, the fair was a community-wide gathering, complete with a small racetrack. Harness racing proved to be the main attraction, and when the permanent fairgrounds was purchased, the first thing built was a half-mile track. Crawford County has a rich history of standardbreds. Bucyrus was home to Pickwick Farms. The original owner began the venture in 1884, but it was Walter J. Michael who transformed the breeding farm. Pickwick was the nation's 4th largest breeding farm in the 1970s. It stood great sires like Gene Abbey and Baron Hanover. Michael raised over 1,600 horses, and his impact on the industry was immense. He was president of the United States Trian Association, instigated the creation of the Little Brown Jug, and established Northfield Park, one of Ohio's 4 parimutuel tracks. Michael was elected to Ohio's Living Hall of Fame in 1979 for his contributions. Today, Crawford County is a member of the Home Talent Colt Stakes. It features 2 nights of live-action harness racing.
History, tradition. For over 100 years, 2- and 3-year-old trotters and pacers have started their careers on the tracks of the Home Talent Colt Stakes. See the future stars of Ohio harness racing at one of the Home Talent's 15 tracks. The stars of tomorrow are racing at a track near you today. The Home Talent Colt Stakes. You can't win them if you aren't in them.
Welcome back to the Crawford County Fair, Bucyrus, Ohio, as we get set for our 8th race on the card today. And this will be the Home Talent Colt Stakes 3-year-old Philly Pace, the second of 3 division. While that last race went for over $11,000, this one will go for just over $4,000. Good crowd still here in the grandstand. Really cooled off a little bit. Matt Clark was the smart one, bringing the sweatshirt with him.
You just wonder, it's July. I mean, last week he was hot. This week he's cold. Next week he's going to be just right. He'll be like the three little Matts. He doesn't have a headset, so he can't rebut. That's great.
He can't if he grabs this right here. See, and that's what. Speaking of, have you ordered a new headset yet? Oh, yeah, that's right, we were, but still, Susan keeps asking. But see, it should be mandatory. Matt Clark on a headset, without a doubt. He has more knowledge in that head of his.
Exactly.
And I mean, it's just like today.
He's just not another pretty face, is what I like to say.
Exactly. He just walks around the backstretch, picks up things, says hi to people. Everybody knows him. I mean, he was a celebrity back there. I'm talking to people, and they're like, hey, who's that? Who's that?
Who's that with Matt Clark?
Oh, so let's take a look at this field. So the team of Mark St. Louis Jr. and Herman Hagerman will go for 3 tonight with number 1, Good Miss Cadillac. The filly by Racing Hill out of the mare Stuck Like Glue, owned by Hagerman Racing, Charles Reeve and Martin Yoder. Looking for the first win of the year, 12 starts, does have 5 third-place finishes. In fact, has finished third the last 3 times out. Hilliard, Bellefontaine, and Marion. Lifetime 2 wins in 24 starts, was a $25,000 purchase at the Buckeye Classic sale.
Number 2 is SP Dancing with Stars. Betty Clegg trains, owns. Nick Clegg will drive this one. 24th career start. With the lines to be announced, they don't add it to the stats, so you have to do that math in your head. Was second last time out at Hilliard, timed in 2:02 and 2. Has 7 wins this season.
The number 3 is Betty Rocks. Elliot Deaton drives for Ryan Deaton. This pet rock is out of the field and frisky mare Crown Time Keeper. Ryan Deaton owns Betty Rocks. This last time out at Carrollton, finished third, 18 lengths back, pacing in 2:02 and 3. 8 starts this year, a second and a third. Did not race as a 2-year-old.
Number 4 is Dancing with Devlin. Justin Irvine is listed to drive, but I have not seen him here at all tonight. Michael Durantz is the owner-trainer from Ashland, Ohio. Unraced at 2, has 6 starts this season, was 6 last time out at Hilliard. 16 1/4 lengths. Individually the time, though, in 2:03 and 4.
Justin Irvine was also up on the number 5, Brown Betty, but it'll be Drew Neal getting that drive for Jane Weller. This is a Racing Hill out of the Dragon Hill mare Corona again. Charles Mooney co-owns with Jane Weller, and last time out at Northfield finished second by a neck. Brown Betty.
And number 6, Legend and Crest, has been withdrawn and will not participate. We really like Michael Carter for giving us the nice plug earlier, but I bet you he's going to have some tongue ties this race, because we're SP Dancing with Stars, but we're also Dancing with Devlin and Betty Rocks and Brown Betty. So we're going to see
and
if he
Betty
can keep,
Clegg, the trainer. So
see
here comes the post parade now.
We'll see who is on the 4.
At least we thought they were starting to post parade, but
well, that one's warming up because it's got the wrong saddle pad color. So we have 3 on the track.
And that's Jacob Bear driving the number 2, not Nick Clegg.
Right here.
Or is that Nick?
That's Nick.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. It looks like trainer-owner Michael Durantz will be driving Dancing with Devlin. We do things on the fly here.
That we do.
There's 3 horses on the track, and we're missing 2.
Earlier tonight, when I was on the backside, they announced 5:40 driver changes to the judges, or else a fine was coming. So they were trying to get them in early.
That Dave Stats, he's cracks the whip, doesn't he?
That he does.
Dave Stats, yesterday Tom Pye was announcing everything. He's the fair manager, fair board judge, speed.
Does everything here. So here's the post parade.
He's only got 1 head, but he wears 4 hats.
Horses parading the post for the 8th race. 3-0, the Philly Pacers for the Home Talent Colt Stakes, sponsored by the Home Talent Colt Stakes. Here's the field. 1, Good Miss Cadillac, owned by Hagerman Racing, Charles Reeve and Martin Yoder. Mark St. Louis Jr. drives for trainer Herman Hagerman. 2, SP Dancing with Stars, owned by Betty Jo Clegg, who also trains. Nick Clegg is up. 3 is out for Dancing with Devin, owned by Mike Durantz, who also trains and drives. 5, Brown Betty, owned by Charles Mooney. Janie Weller, who also trains. Drew Neal is in the sulky. 6 is out. Win place. Exacta Quinilla wait.
So we do have a late scratch of the 3, Betty Rocks. That will help Mike Carter because there's 1 less Betty to worry about.
There you go.
Not you, Betty Clegg.
So that fan down there was correct.
Yeah.
He said to us there was 3 was scratched, and we did not know that. We knew the 6 was scratched. So all of a sudden, 6 down to 4, so the winner of this gets 5th place money. So the purse in this one goes up a lot. Still out there warming up. Later on, that's Louis Levan going by with Eddie L.
Eddie L.
Broadcasting live on Facebook, as they do with many of the regular fairs and independent fairs, giving great analysis, stories, and whatnot. Jay's trying to start the wave. So give it up for Jay Wolf, Frank Froz, and Matt Clark, doing a great job over there.
Oh.
Well, we tried.
And nobody came up to ask us for our autograph yet.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
we did get a round of applause. Thank you very much. That's our photo finish.
He has to be.
At least somebody cares about us.
We can't even get laughter from the people sitting around us.
Exactly. We had fans come up, they ate and left.
Matt's smirking, though.
Matt's up there going, I'm warm. Those guys look like they're cold.
I'm not cold. I will thank Michael Carter, but he says they'll give you great analysis, which... Okay. Good stories. Okay. And whatnot. Who's in charge of the whatnot tonight? I'm the chief whatnotter. We crack
CWO, the chief whatnotter.
Chief whatnotter. Okay.
Hey, if you can't have fun doing these, you don't belong in the booth.
I always tell my wife, I put the fun in funeral. You can't have a funeral without FUN.
Oh.
I'm already moved on to the next race. Look, all right, we're back to race 8. Scratch down to a field of 4. Number 1 is Good Miss Cadillac. Number 2 is SP Dancing with the Stars. Number 4 will be Dancing with Devlin, and number 5, Brown Betty.
I'm going to go out on a wing. Our last 4-horse race will be better than this one.
Ooh.
No, the last one we had, which was the ladies.
Oh,
yeah.
Absolutely.
So I don't think they can top that one. I hope I'm wrong.
4 across the track.
I know. I hope I'm wrong, but we'll see.
Those were pacers. These are trotters, so our chances of at least one break are not too bad.
Starting gate is rolling from the gate out. Good Miss Cadillac, Mark St. Louis Jr., SP Dancing with Stars, Nick Clegg, Dancing with Devin, and Michael DeRunce, Brown Betty, and Drew Neal. 1, 2, 4, and 5. Scratch the 3 and the 6. Let's send it over to Michael Carter for the call of the 8th.
Recall. The wings of the gates were not open.
Recall here in race 8. Recall.
Not sure what happened.
Looks like Dancing with Devlin turned around and is going back for an equipment adjustment on the backstretch.
Okay. Broken equipment.
If you're going to break equipment, it's best to do it before they get coming down the stretch.
Drew Neal with the number 5, Brown Betty, hanging out right behind the gate as it goes by. And there goes the number 4 right off the course. And they will get
some people
try to get the equipment fixed.
It's like a pit crew. There's like 4 or 5 people now working on the horse.
That's what you should do. Have a relay race, and you have to unhook the bike, put the bike on.
Yeah. I saw
something
60
different.
minutes. I watched 60 Minutes now. That tells you how old I am. They were doing a show about an Indian relay race where literally they have horses.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. That was amazing.
Yeah.
They were crazy.
Yeah. And I said, For those who didn't see the episode, Frank and I obviously are the 60 Minutes watcher. They would have a horse in like the winner's circle, and they would do a lap, and then when they would come, they would literally jump off before the horse came to a stop and would run and jump on another one, and the guy, the attendant would smack
somebody
it in the
grabbing
backside,
the one, somebody grabbing the other.
Smack it in the backside, and he was taking off. I think they did like 2 or 3 laps of that. That was pretty interesting.
It was. And the funny thing, it seemed, if what I remember, there wasn't a lot of money in it. It was
No.
pride more
Absolutely.
than anything.
It was an Indian designed, or was created by the Native Americans, so it was a big pride thing for them.
And Michael Durantz is now back on the track. One of his caretakers helping, finally gets him ready to go.
If you were timing that pit stop at home, that was about 17.8 seconds. Didn't look like any tires or shoes were involved.
Nope.
So.
Unlike Formula One, 2.5.
Yeah, that's... The thing is, they don't have to put gas in those cars because they can't put fuel in them, so they literally are only changing tires.
So here we go. We'll give it another shot. Mike better slow down a little bit because he's way in front of the field as they slowly work their way around. Just a beautiful night tonight.
Take two, as Doug Ballinger will say.
Let's send it over to Michael Carter for take two in this race.
And behind me, Mike Wobkenberg, starting 8. Here they come. And they're off. They're pacing. SP Dancing with Stars gets the first call. Clegg really asking that one to go on and goes right to the lead through the first eighth of a mile. In the pocket, Good Miss Cadillac is in the pocket, racing second with Brown Betty third, only 3.5 lengths off the lead. From there is Dancing with Devin, a tightly knit quartet as they move into the backstretch. SP Dancing with Stars leads by a length and a quarter over Good Miss Cadillac, who is in the pocket, racing in the second. Down at the inside third is Brown Betty. From there is Dancing with Devin as they get to the opening quarter in 30 3/5 seconds. Into the far turn they go for the first time. SP Dancing with Stars, the leader by a length and a quarter over Good Miss Cadillac, who is in the pocket, racing in second. Then comes Brown Betty from in third, and Durantz and Dancing with Devin are the trailers. By us for the first time, SP Dancing with Stars and Nick Clegg on the lead here by a length and a quarter. In the pocket, racing second is Good Miss Cadillac. Then comes Brown Betty and Dancing with Devin. They're off a half in 1:01 4. Into the clubhouse turn they go. SP Dancing with Stars. Up top here, the lead still a length and a quarter. In the pocket, Good Miss Cadillac continues to travel well from second. Brown Betty is third, still with about 3.5 to make up. Then comes Durantz and Dancing with Devin. Here comes Drew Neal and Brown Betty bounding after SP Dancing with Stars. SP Dancing with Stars bracing for the challenge of Brown Betty on the outside. They are off 3/4. Around the turn they go in 1:32 and 3. Into the far turn they go. SP Dancing with Stars with the lead. Brown Betty is on the outside. Then comes Good Miss Cadillac. As they come to the top of the stretch, SP Dancing with Stars turns with the lead. Drew Neal still coming on the outside with Brown Betty. Brown Betty with the lead, but it's Uncle Nickel, SP Dancing with Stars, who wins by a length and a quarter over Brown Betty. 2 minutes, 3/5.
Nick Clegg with the win, and SP Dancing with Stars for trainer Betty Clegg. That'll be her 4th training win of the meet. Finishing second, Brown Betty and Drew Neal. Good Miss Cadillac getting up for third, and finishing 4th was Dancing with Devin.
251 is unofficial. The punters here at Bucyrus had the 2 as the 2 to 5 choice. They had that one nailed.
SP Dancing with Stars has now hit the board in 5 straight, and that's 3 wins in the last 4 starts. Started the streak at Marion, a winner at Cortland, second at Hilliard, and comes back here to win tonight here at Bucyrus. The lens.
The lens. He's going to get a special Christmas present, maybe.
Oh.
It all seriousness, he's one heck of a nice guy.
Oh.
It's tough. It's tough not to,
If you can't like Brad
That's
Conrad,
right.
you can't like anybody.
Yep.
So here comes your winner, Nick Clegg.
Sometimes he could be smug.
2 minutes.
He'll get that joke
3
if he
fifths.
watches this.
Nick Clegg driving SP Dancing with Stars for Betty Clegg, the filly by Dancing Yankee out of 4-star Shark mare Angelic Star.
The stands. Here's the 8th race. The 2 SP Dancing with Stars, owned by Betty Jo Clegg, who also trains Uncle Nickel, Nick Clegg. The winning drive, a 3-year-old bay filly by Dancing Yankee out of the 4-star Shark mare Angelic Star, bred in Pennsylvania by Leah Rhodes, 8th lifetime win. Time of the mile, 2 minutes, 3 fifths.
There should be something that, I mean, the Cleggs are scarlet, gray, and black, and then they win a yellow blanket. There should be something that they could exchange it for a color that matches their stable.
Give me a sponsor who likes scarlet and gray on that race.
Exactly.
8th race in the books. The official rundown: Good Miss Cadillac 3, SP Dancing with Stars 1, Scratch 3, Dancing with Devon 4, Brown Betty 2, Scratch the number 6, 3-1 Scratch, 4-2 Scratch.
Scratch, scratch.
2
scratch,
minutes
scratch.
and 3 fifths the time of the mile. So we will be back. 3 races left to go. In fact, we will have the second of 2 divisions for 2-year-old filly trotters when we return to Bucyrus, Ohio, right after this.
Do you want your horse to shine in the winner's circle? Feed DAC Oil. It makes a world of difference.
The thrill and excitement of Grand Circuit Racing returns to the Delaware County Fairgrounds. Make your plans to attend the 78th Little Brown Jug. You win the Little Brown Jug! Little Brown Jug Week starts Sunday, September 17th with the 78th Little Brown Jug, Thursday the 21st. Visit littlebrownjug.com or call 1-800-DEL-FAIR for ticket information. Be there!
For over 50 years, Midland Acres has provided top-quality Ohio-bred colts and fillies. As a third-generation farm, we understand the importance of delivering well-cared-for and well-mannered yearlings. Get in the winner's circle with the yearlings by Fear the Dragon, Yankee Cruiser, Long Tom, Summa Cum Laude, Ready for Money, and Bit of a Legend. See our yearlings at the Blooded Horse Sale August 27th and the Ohio Select Sale September 13th.
Back at the Crawford County Fair in Bucyrus, Ohio, as we get set for our 9th race of the card. We have 11 tonight. Following this one, we've got the final division for 3-year-old filly pacers, and then the Signature Series Trot will be our last race of the night. Seven to go to the gate here in the 9th race, and we'll run them down for you as they start to make their way to the track. The number 1 is Fancy's Lightning. Rosie Weaver drives, trains, and owns this paint by And Away We Go out of Sierra Cosmos mare, Fancy Sierra Star. 3 starts, has not hit the board yet, has earned $863, was first at Marion 2 races ago, but finished 4th, and that was when Rosie realized that there might be a problem with her horses, and because was racing well, and just as it made the turn for the stretch, just kind of worn out.
Number 2 is Dancing Nova. Drew Neal will drive for Rosie Weaver, owned by John Slabaugh and Walnut View Farm. And Rosie Weaver, making her 3rd start of the season, has a pair of 3rd place finishes at Bell Fountain and Marion.
The number 3 is Madame L. Hank Levan trains this Marseille by leaping out of the Donato Hanover mare, Leaping Lady. Levan Stables owns, along with M. Levan, L. Levan, and R. Levan. 4 starts on the year, has not hit the board yet. 4th last time out at Hilliard, a $15,000 purchase at the Buckeye Classic sale.
Number 4 is the first-time starter, Walking on Waves, owned, trained, and driven by Jeremy Miller of Dalton, Ohio. This one was a $12,000 yearling purchase, bred by Vernon Miller, and this is a filly by Full Count.
The number 5 is A Long Way. Brian Miller trains for Marlon Miller. This is a long tom out of the mare, Victorious Broadway. 1 start this year, finished 3rd in the race, a $10,000 purchase at the Ohio Select sale.
6 is Go, Amy, Go. Matthew Burkholder will train for Dark Horse Farms. Tyler Angus will make the decisions. This one is undefeated this year. Won her first start at Cortland, Gate to Wire in 2:10.
The number 7 is Bobby T. Chris Hirschberger drives and trains. This Full Count is owned by Bob Troyer and Deborah Kemvo, and she is the breeder of this filly. 3 starts on the year, a 3rd place finish. Came last time out at Hilliard. Made a couple of breaks, but rallied to finish 3rd. Has breaks in her last 2 starts.
This field has 2 Full Counts, 2 and Away We Goes. Has a Long Tom and a What the Hill, and a first crop sire Marseille. Full Count, one of those stallions here in the state of Ohio that's just been producing year after year after year after year.
Horses are on the track. 6 of the 7 are out there waiting for the 7th, and looks like that is Rosie Weaver and Fancy Lightning making her way to the track.
This one must be acting up because Rosie's driving. Wants a first-hand view of what this one's been doing.
Had a break last time out at the start, finished 5th at Cortland.
I think we'd be remiss if we didn't congratulate the horsemen. They actually had 1 post parade when they went in numeric order. So it's not too often you see PI on the colors of the program. Like we mentioned earlier, very common over in Great Britain, but not so much here in the United States.
And they look like they're almost ready for the post parade. Michael Carter will hit the call to the post here in a second.
And a big cheer will go up.
As they are getting in order. 6.
Horses on the racetrack for the 9th race. Number 1 is the Paint. Number 1, Fancy's Lightning, owned, trained, and driven by Rosie Weaver. Number 2, Dancing Nova, owned by John Schleba on the Walnut View Farm, and Rosie Weaver also trains Drew Deal. Number 3, Madame L, is owned by the Levan Stables. Levan. Hank Levan trains and drives. Number 4, Walking on Waves, owned by Jeremy Miller, who also trains and drives. 5, A Long Way, owned by Malin Miller. Brian J. Miller trains and drives. 6, Go Amy Go, owned by the Dark Horse Farm LLC. Tyler Angus drives for trader Matthew Burkholder. And the 7, Bobby T, owned by Bob Troyer and Deborah Cavernmo. Chris Hirschberger trains and drives. Number 7, Bobby T. That's the field for the 9th race. 2-year-old fillies.
So there is your field for the 9th race tonight. As we get set to go, Rosie Weaver with a couple of entries here.
The sponsor of this race is Big D, and when they were coming by the post parade, you notice some of the horses have Shady Daisy rolls, some of them had full eye screens, but then the 5 just came by with absolutely no equipment whatsoever on. So
Rosie with 6 entries today. Some of the records here at Crawford County, the all-age trot is held by Wild Ride. Steve Cross was the trainer. Keith Cash Jr. drove back in 2013, 158 and 1. Wild Ride was foaled in 2009 and raced from 2011 through 2017. Big Booty Rudy has the all-age pace record at 153 and 1. That was set 3 years ago. Chris Presley was in the bike for trainer Randall Smith. Broke the record that was held by Night Pro. Dale Decker drove and trained Night Pro back in 2017, went in 155. Night Pro raced for 7 years from 2013 through 2020. Just missed being a millionaire. Had earnings of $991,000. Took a mark at Hoosier of 143 as a 3-year-old.
On the Next Generation night, we had a horse that was like $9.99. I said I'd be willing to give him the $1 to push him over the top, but I'm not going to give this one $8,000 to get to the millionaire status.
So they're heading to the gate. So from the rail out, Fancy Lightning, Dancing Nova, Madam L, Walking on Waves a long way. Go Amy Go, and Bobby T. Let's send it over to Michael Carter.
Thank you. They're off, they're trotting. Go Amy Go gets the first call and just made a break. Tyler Angus tried a leave attempt and made a break in stride. So as the field moves into the first turn, it is Dancing Nova comes away with the lead, making a break there. At the back is Madam L. Madam L made a break, so too did Bobby T. Bobby T made a break in stride. So the 4 that are left after that are up top here. Dancing Nova leads by a length and a quarter over a long way. Who's in the second? Down at the inside is Walking on Waves. Then it comes a Fancy Lightning. They get to the opening quarter in 32 and 1/5 seconds. Into the far turn they go for the first time. Dancing Nova is up top here by a length and a quarter. Walking on Waves is in the pocket second. A long way is third for Brian Miller. That one wants to go on, but Brian Miller says not yet. Then comes Fancy's Lightning. Racing next is Madam L from Go Amy Go. And the back marker, the trailer, is Bobby T. Bias they come for the first time, and up top here is Dancing Nova, leads by a length and a quarter. A long way on the outside has made his way into second as they go past the half at 106 and 1/5 seconds. Into the back stretch they go for the final time. It is Dancing Nova still with the lead. The lead is a length and a quarter. Brian Miller in a long way is on the outside, making her way into second. Then comes Walking on Waves at the inside third. Rosie's pinned in with Fancy's Lightning racing in fourth as they head to 3/4. Then comes Go Amy Go at the inside is Madam L, and Bobby T can see them all. Into the far turn they go. Up top here is Dancing Nova, still leads by a length and 3/4 over Walking on Waves in second. Outside for a long way as they come to the top of the stretch. Dancing Nova is the first one to turn for home. In between horses is Walking on Waves. Through the stretch and to the wire, Dancing Nova has the lead. Dancing Nova trying to dig in. Dancing Nova, she wins. Walking on Waves was second. Madam L appeared to get up for third. Final time 2:08 and 4.
Drew Neal and Dancing Nova made it look easy. First win of the year for Dancing Nova. Walking on Waves gets up for second, and Madam L and Hank Levan closes to finish third.
Madam L made a break early in the mile and recovered and got up for third in the shadow of the wire.
Dancing Nova picks up her first win of the year. Walking on Waves in her first career start finishes second, and Madam L hits the board for the first time in 5 starts. Not sure who finished 4th. Fancy's Lightning was 5th. Drew Neal picks up the win. Rosie Weaver gets training win number 2 on the day.
Drew Neal picks up his 2nd as well.
And part of the Rosie Weaver crew makes its way over on the golf cart. We'll wait for the winner to come back around. Dancing Nova by What the Hill out of the Armbro Ricochet mare.
Matt Bell was 3rd. Walking on Waves was 2nd. A Long Way was 4th. Go Amy Go was 7th. Bobby T was 6th. Recheck 513-2476. Time of the mile 208.4. Quarter time 32.1. Half 106.1. 3/4 138.3. Final time 2:08.4. Back in front of the stands after winning the 9th race, sponsored by Big D's Vet and Tack, 2-year-old filly trot of the Home Talent Colt Stakes. Here's the 2, Dancing Nova. Owned by John Schleybaugh on the Walnut View Farm, and Rosie Weaver also trains Drew Neal back to the winner's circle here in race number 9.
The dam is Zorgwick Nova. Zorgwick Nova. You can see the Shady Daisy on Dancing Nova.
As we mentioned earlier, this is the Big D's Track and Vet trot, and obviously it's got trotting hobbles. You got the Shady Daisy, you got an eye hood on, and so that's called a Big D special right there.
Do you know who Zorgwick Nova was?
Yes.
Who?
I think it was a mare out of Armbro Ricochet, if I'm not mistaken.
No, it was a character that Buzz Lightyear fought.
Oh.
No, I don't know. I just made that up.
My kids
That's
were too
the
old
Whatnot.
at the time. Yeah, the Whatnot. We just make things up and Whatnot.
Whatnot. Nobody would know the difference. Oh, but there goes your winner, Dancing Nova. Get the official rundown from Michael here in just a minute.
I think he gave it.
Oh, did he?
I believe he said 5:13.2476 on the bottom time of that mile, 2:08.4.
There you go. So.
And I've been wanting to say this for a long time. We've come to the 10th and the penultimate.
There you go. Yes. Now the question is, can you spell it? That's the newest thing.
Absolutely.
That's what Susan said. I can't spell it.
Can't even spell the some days.
So we go to the 10th, the 3rd division for 3-year-old filly Pacers. And we'll be back with that right after this.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at TheStable.ca.
The future is bright in Ohio. Ohio Sire Stakes, Buckeye Stallion Series, 65 county and independent fairs. Whether it's the Ohio Sire Stakes, the Buckeye Stallion Series, or the County Fair, Ohio has a place for your racehorse. This year, Ohio breds are racing for over $20 million in stakes purses. Be part of the winning. Breed, buy, race, win in Ohio.
Athletes, they come in all shapes and sizes. They catch, they leap, they run. Some athletes even come with 4 legs and paws and hooves. When these beloved family members need care, remember the Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center. Ohio State experts wrote the book on exceptional animal care and know how to get our best friends back on their feet. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center.
Back at the Crawford County Fair in Bucyrus, Ohio, as we get set for the 10th race tonight. Our 3rd of 3 divisions. This one will go for $4,067. Field of 7, but we are scratched down to 6. The number 1 is Holden Mama L. Hank Levan drives and trains this Pet Rock out of the artificial mare Shake What Mama Gave You. 15 starts this year. 2 wins, 3 seconds, and a third. Lifetime 3 wins and 39 starts. Earnings over $30,000. Last time out, finished 4th at Hilliard, but was a winner at Bell Fountain on July 8th.
Number 2 is Gorgeous Ivory. Kenny Doc Holliday will train and drive for Renee Holtzko of Marysville, Ohio, in the Crazy Parrot Farm of Frisco, Texas. This one is making his 3rd start of the season, was 7th place 6th last time out at Oak Harbor.
The numbers 3 is Acadia Hanover. Brian Miller drives, trains for Last Laugh. Peter Kessler and BDM Stables of Dundee, Ohio. This is a lather up out of Andarko Hanover. 10 starts, a win. Earnings of $7,056. Last year, 10 starts, 2 wins and 2 thirds. Was 4th at Cortland, pacing in 2:05 and 1.
Number 4 is another lather-up filly. This one is She's a Gold Digger. Michael Durant's trains and reigns for the Fancy Fly Stables of Nova, Ohio. This one's making his her 11th career start. Is winless in these 11 starts. Was 5th last 2 times out at Hilliard and Cortland.
Cinderella's Dragon is the number 5. Chris Hirschberger drives and trains for Bob Troyer. This filly is by the Ponderosa out of McMary again. Has hit the board in 4 of 10 with 2 wins and 2 thirds. Lifetime 6 wins and 25 starts. Earnings over $37,000.
Number 6 has been scratched, so that brings us to number 7. Cruiser canceled. Ryan Deaton trains. Elliot Deaton will drive for the Colder Than Ice Stable of Cambridge, Ohio. Dustin Ford Racing of Stowe and Randy Young of... That's an abbreviation I've never seen before. So was a winner last time out by a neck in 1:59 at Carrollton. Before that was second by a length at Cortland. That time timed in 2 minutes, 1/5. 56,000 plus in earnings makes this one the richest in the field.
So right now the fans all over number 7, Cruiser canceled. Right now at 4-5. For the 6 are on, the other 2 making their way to the track. They'll post parade and then head to the backstretch and get ready for our penultimate race today. So you getting excited to get your Road to the Jug list out? We're getting close.
I don't step on the Hamiltonians' toes, so we're a couple weeks away. That's what the first weekend in August, so I'll do it the next weekend. So
do you have it? Do you do it
now?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
but not release it.
Yeah.
You've got your list already.
I have a
to
spreadsheet.
Go.
It's called Road to the Jug, and I list every prep race, so you will. So I have every leg of the Indiana, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Kentucky Sire Stakes and all the Grand Circuit events. And we're lucky if they're bold and in gold, that means they're jug eligible. If you just get plain old font, that means you're not eligible. But everyone's eligible with $45,000 payments.
That is true. Now, is the list your gut feeling on it, or do you give them points and however the points come out?
Nope, it's all gut feeling.
Here's the post parade.
Horses on the racetrack for the 10th race. 3-year-old filly Pacers for the Home Talent Colt Stakes, sponsored by Shelby Eagles, number 763. Here's the field. 1 Holden Mama L, owned by the Levan Stables. Hank Levan trains and drives. Number 2, Gorgeous Ivory, owned by Renee Holtzko and Crazy Parrot Farm. Ken Holiday trains and drives. 3 Acadia Hanover by Last Laugh LLC, BDM Stables, and Peter Kessler. Brian J. Miller trains and drives. 4 She's a Gold Digger, owned by the Fly Fancy Stables. Mike DeRunch trains. Please note the driver is Mark St. Louis. 5 Cinderella's Dragon, owned by Bob Troyer. Chris Hirschberger trains and drives. What did I mess up?
Nothing.
And the 7 Cruiser canceled, owned by Colder Than Ice Racing. Dustin Ford Racing, Randy T. Young, Elliot Deaton drives for trainer Ryan Deaton.
So there is your field for the 10th race here
the penultimate.
at Bucyrus. There you go. Third division of 3, going for a purse of $4,067. Mark St. Louis Jr. has wrapped up the driving title here at Bucyrus with 8 wins so far. And he does have one more drive in the 11th. And right now, Betty Clegg sits atop the training standings with 4 wins.
So let's see how good I am. Only Hank Levan can tire because Herman Hagerman's done for the day. And Hank would have to sweep the late daily double to move into a tie.
So they are getting ready to head down up the back stretch, get behind the starting gate, and we'll get rolling. It's amazing. We're in the middle of July, and you look out, the number of jackets you can see down there, a few sweatshirts.
The lady in front of us has 2 hoodies on. One hood's up and the other hood's not up. I've been getting a kick, too. Over here to our left is a giant pile of sand. And when I mean giant, it's probably 10 to 12 foot high. And every kid in the grandstands ran up that hill and slid down. This one just fell down.
And that is nothing but trouble for Mom and Dad when it's bath time tonight.
Yep. Oh, he's made it halfway up. He's celebrating. Don't celebrate yet.
Don't fall. Here we go. Let's send it over to Michael Carter for the call of our penultimate race tonight.
Off and pacing, Cinderella's Dragon first away, Holden Mama L flashes speed with Cruiser canceled as they head into the first turn, and it's Holden Mama L who comes away with the lead over Cinderella's Dragon to the outside second. Gorgeous Ivory closes pocket position for Ken Holiday in third, then at the inside is Holden Mama L in fourth, 3 clear of Acadia hit over, then comes She's a Gold Digger at the back of affairs. They race to the opening quarter, and up top here is Holden Mama L up by a length at a quarter over Gorgeous Ivory in second at the inside. Opening quarter in 29 seconds flat is Cinderella's Dragon. Then comes Cruiser canceled. First up and driving now for She's a Gold Digger. Then at the inside racing next and trailing is Acadia hit over. By us they come for the first time. It is Holden Mama L with the lead. Gorgeous Ivory content to sit the pocket there for Ken Holiday in second. Elliot Deaton on the outside races next with Cruiser canceled. Then at the inside comes Cinderella's Dragon. From there, She's a Gold Digger. And Acadia Hanover off a half in 59 seconds flat. Into the clubhouse turn they go. Up top, it's Holden Mama L by a length and a quarter. Deaton and Cruiser cancel. They're on the outside within the length of the lead. Gorgeous Ivory done at the inside is pinned in, while third for Holiday. Racing next is She's a Gold Digger. Second over next. From there is Cinderella's Dragon. And the back marker is Acadia Hanover as they race to 3/4. Holden Mama still the leader, up by a length. On the outside, Cruiser canceled his second, 3/4 in 1:29 flat. Into the final turn they go. She's a Gold Digger is third with about 4 to make up. Then comes Cinderella's Dragon. Holden Mama, the one to knock off, is up by a half a length. Cruiser canceled is in between horses. St. Louis is revved up with She's a Gold Digger up on the far outside. Cruiser canceled. Here's She's a Gold Digger on the grandstand side with Holden Mama L. She's a Gold Digger, maybe. Holden Mama L was right there at the inside. It's very tight. 158 and 3.
Well, Frank,
I think from our angle, I think it's going to be the outside. I think She's a Gold Digger got up.
the last time we said this, they said it was a dead heat. So why don't we get a heater here for a win?
Yeah, we'll have to.
Only the photo finish knows.
We'll have to see which one it was. But Hank Levan was doing everything he could to get holding Mama L across that line first. I do know it was not Gorgeous Ivory and Acadia Hanover. They were fifth and sixth.
I don't know if you could see it, but that 2-horse that Kenny Doc Holliday was driving was very, very small.
Judges vote 4. She's a gold digger first.
Oh.
1, Holden. Mama L was second. 7, Cruiser canceled was third. 4-1-7.
4-1 on 7 has been put on the board, but has not been made official yet.
And it's, you know what's funny though, is where the camera is for the photo finish is right above me.
And you called it.
But it's kind of at an angle. The way I'm if I sit straight.
The grandstand is at an angle.
It's got to be.
Okay.
That's what it is. Which if you look at, it kind of is.
Yeah.
L was second, Gorgeous Ivory was fifth, Acadia Hanover was sixth. She's a Gold Digger, the winner. Cinderella's Dragon fourth, Pretty Girl Dragon was scratched, and Cruiser canceled was third. 2, 5, 6, 1, 4, scratch 3 on the bottom, 158 and 3. Back in front of the stands after winning the 10th race, this is the 4, She's a Gold Digger. Owned by the Fly Fancy Stables, Mike DeRuntz, the winning trainer, Mark St. Louis, the winning drive. It's a 3-year-old bay filly by Champion Lather Up and the well-said mare, Dobre Podane. First career victory for She's a Gold Digger.
She's a Gold Digger breaks her maiden, and Mark St. Louis Jr. picks up win number 9, correct?
That is, yep.
So win number 9
today.
So the rundown, Holden Mama L second, Gorgeous Ivory fifth, Acadia Hanover sixth, She's a Gold Digger 1, Cinderella's Dragon 4, number 6, Pretty Girl Dragon scratch, Cruiser canceled, finished third. Top down 2, 5, 6, 1, 4 scratch, 3 on the bottom. Time of the mile 1:58 and 3. So that brings us to our finale for the night, and this will be the Signature Series Trot, the Lawrence Burwell Memorial, going for $5,700. 5 will go to the gate when we return to the Crawford County Fairgrounds in Bucyrus.
Volstead, Coach K Hanover, Slay, Ohio's top trotters stand at Dublin Valley Farms. Volstead's offspring include Sugar Instead, the 2023 Ohio 2-year-old Trotting Filly of the Year, and 2024 Ohio Sire Stakes winner Jurassic Hattie. Coach K Hanover, the son of world record holder Walner, and Slay, the son of Chapter 7, standing his first season at Dublin Valley Farms. When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out, Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at BigDWeb.com for fast shipping. Most orders ship that day. Or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
We head to our finale for the night, the Signature Series. Total purse, $5,700. 5 to go to the gate as they are starting to make their way onto the track. The number 1 is Vrooman Vani. Elliot Deaton drives for Carl Easterday. Vrooman Vani is a 5-year-old mare by full count out of the Inquirer mare Cindy Coy, owned by Chris Easterday, bred by Carl Easterday. 10 starts this year, has hit the board in 5 of those. A win, a second, and 3 thirds. We had light for a minute there.
Wow.
It
really
was
helpful.
nice to read. Earnings lifetime of over $68,000. Last 3 races have been in the Signature Series, 3rd at Bellefontaine, 1st at Marion, 2nd at Ottawa.
Number 2 is Eddie L., trained by Hank Levan. Will be driven by Levan. We're not sure if it's Hank and or Louie. This one is owned by Levan Stables, Edward Perry, Max Perry, and Megan Levan. This one has 4 wins on the season, including 1 mile of 1:57 and 3. I wish they'd turn the lights back on.
The number 3 is T-Bar. Mark St. Louis Jr. will be going for double digits. Chris Short is the trainer. This is owned by Morrison Racing Stables of Indiana, Pennsylvania. It is a 9-year-old by Adam T. out of the Ambro Rotary mare Louise Lulu. 5 starts, 1 win this year, lifetime 21 wins and 158 starts, earnings of over $382,000.
Number 4 is Fantastic L. Hank Levan trains for Levan Stables, Dharma Floor Racing, Edward Perry and Megan Levan. This one was dominant last year as a 3-year-old, made $90,000, $164,000 lifetime, but is 0 for 10 on the season, was 4th last time out at Bell Fountain in this very same signature series.
Fantastic L was our Ohio Fair champion last year, winning at Northfield on the 14th of October. The number 5 is Awesome Sarah. Curtis Harper drives for Deborah DeWolf, who owns and bred Awesome Sarah. This is a 5-year-old by Creatine out of Awesome Victory Mare, Awesome Andrea. 16 starts, a couple of wins, has earned just under $16,000. Lifetime, 6 wins and 84 starts. Earnings over $73,000, but showing a couple of breaks the last 4 times. Has broken 2 races back and 4 races back. Had a break at the Signature Series in Marion.
Those breaks are not awesome for Awesome Sarah.
2 on the track, 3 on the track now, and the other 2 slowly making their way to the track.
The 2 Levans.
Have we figured out who's driving which?
Not yet. We'll have to see how they sit in the bike. That's always a telltale as well.
Hank Levan trains both of them as they have made their way onto the track. And I could try to tell you which one's which, but I can't even see the saddle pad numbers this far away with my glasses.
They're both blue.
Yeah, it looks like Hank's driving the number 2, Eddie L. Is that what you think, too?
Just the way they're seated in the bike,
kind of how I was thinking. So let's send it over for the post parade.
Horses on the racetrack for the 11th race, Signature Series Trot. With a mark of 157 and 3, earnings of $68,029. 8 wins in 58 starts. Owned by Chris Easterday. Trained by Carl Easterday Jr. This is the one, Vrooman Vani, driven by Elliot Deaton. A mark of 157 and 3 at Miami Valley. $76,499 in the bank. 7 wins in 45 starts. Owned by the Levan Stables. Perry and Levan. Hank Levan trains and drives number 2, Eddie L. 3 T-Bar. A mark of 152 and 2 at Sauter Downs. Earnings of $302,806. 21 victories in 158 starts. Owned by Morrison Racing. Trained by Chris Short. Driven by Mark St. Louis Jr. 3 is T-Bar. A mark of 154 at MGM Northfield Park. Earnings of $164,607. 22 wins in 58 lifetime starts. Owned by Levan Stables. Darmoful Racing. Perry and Levan. Hank Levan trains. Louis Levan drives. Number 4, Fantastic L. $482. 6 victories at 84 starts. Owned and trained by Deborah DeWolf. Curtis Harper drives number 5, Awesome Sarah. Track record 58 and 1. Yep. Track record for trotters 150.
So there you go. There's your field of 5. Vrooman Vani, Eddie L, T-Bar, Fantastic L, and Awesome Sarah. Right now, your favorite at 8-5 is the number 2, Eddie L.
And Hank's not stupid. He keeps giving his dad the outside post, and he keeps taking the rail or the 2-hole, you know. make Dad come from the outside. I see how Hank works.
It's that college education. He knows that. Hey, I'm on the inside. I have shorter to go.
Exactly.
Is Tractor making one last pull around, smoothing things out. I want to thank everybody here at the Crawford County Fairgrounds for helping us out with our live stream, especially the man of all jack of all trades here, David Statz, who handles all the harness racing, also is the fair manager here, so handles a lot of the dealings with all the vendors, the rides, and everything else that goes on here at the fair. And the
I was waving back at him.
Oh. Hey, we get more publicity from Michael Carter doing
We're
these
going to
games.
take him on the road with us.
Exactly, doing these than anybody out here. So
I was a little disappointed with you. You didn't say T-bar. Okay, we have a little controversy here. On the tow board, it says Mount Vernon Saturday, noon and 5. And the Huff's Guide says 1 and 6.
Well, we better find that out then.
The Huff's Guide says 1 and 6.
And
We'll have
that's
to see.
what we're going to go with, I think. So we'll check that also on
We'll look at the OHA or the USTA entries.
site. So here we come from the rail out, Vroom and Vrani, Eddie L, T-Bar, Fantastic L, and Awesome Sarah. Let's send it over to Michael Carter.
Fair hardest races for 2024. Picking up speed, here they come. Final field for a 2024 racing season sent on their way. T-Bar gets the first call for Mark St. Louis, and that one will go on and take the lead. At the inside, Vroom and Vrani is second. Here's Fantastic L up on the outside for Levan in third. Then it's a gap of 2 back to Eddie L. And Awesome Sarah is the trailer. Up the backstretch they go. T-Bar and Mark St. Louis Jr. are up by 2 lengths here. Vroom and Vrani are going to take up pocket position, gapping from in second. Fantastic L had to come back to the inside from in third. Then comes Eddie L, opening quarter in 29. Awesome Sarah races in his T. Awesome Sarah now comes to the outside for Curtis Harper. Now I'm going to start out long and cover the turn first over as they come by. T-Bar with the lead. T-Bar on top by a length and a quarter. Vroom and Vrani is second as they pass the half in 59 and 4. Into the clubhouse turn, and there you go. Up top here, it's still T-Bar who leads the way. On top here by a length. Eddie L is on the outside from second. Vroom and Vrani at the inside third. A gap of 4. Back to Fantastic L in the trailer. At the back is Awesome Sarah, who could not sustain that first overbid. T-Bar still the leader, past 3 quarters here in 1:29 and 2. They've got an outside shot at the track record here, but they've got to fly home. It is T-Bar with the lead by a length and a quarter. Vroom and Vrani is at the inside, racing in the second as they come to the top of the stretch, and they turn for home. Eddie L is still into the mix there too. It is T-Bar with the lead. Here comes Elliot Deaton up on the outside with Vroom and Vrani. T-Bar up front. T-Bar! St. Louis closed them out yesterday. He closed them out today. 1:58 and 4, 3/5 off the track record.
Close but no cigar for T-Bar, who comes in with the win for Mark St. Louis Jr., who just had a really great 2 days of racing here at the Crawford County Fair. 10th win for Mark St. Louis Jr.'s second win on the year for T-Bar, now with 22 lifetime wins and earnings up over $385,000.
Chris Short and Morrison Racing won a race yesterday. The same connection. So Mark St. Louis, Chris Short, and Morrison Racing of Indiana, Pennsylvania. Indiana, Pennsylvania, the home of Jimmy Stewart.
Also, isn't there a college there? Isn't Edinburgh there?
IUP. IUP. Indiana University.